ignorant, specifying on Sukesh Chandrasekhar's letter, saying that he's paid close to 50 crores to Aam Aadmi Party. It's about time that they come out clean on this matter. You have several allegations that Sambit Patra has made as a counter to Arvind Kejriwal, the chief of the Aam Aadmi Party. On that note, we're going to slip into a short break. We'll be right back with news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.
India Today Conclave, November 4th and 5th, Mumbai. Listen to Nitin Gadkari, Eknath Shinde, Kiran Rijiju, Devendra Fadnavis, Aditya Thackeray, Tejasvi Surya, Abhishek Bachchan, Varun Dhawan, Rajkumar Rao, Salvatore Babonis, Vaibhav Purandare, Chirag Tekchandani, Aishwarya Sridhar. Book your seat now. Visit www.indiatodayconclave.com. Conclave Mumbai 22.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
All right, here's some big news coming in. Virat's privacy breach. The head coach, Rahul Dravid, thoroughly disappointed with what happened. Rahul Dravid has spoken, saying has flagged this issue with authorities. Virat is fine now. He's coming for practice. This is Rahul Dravid as the Indian senior men's team coach speaks on Virat Kohli's privacy breach at the hotel in Australia where they're staying. Says that it was very disappointing, but we have flagged the issue with relevant authorities. Virat is fine now. He's come in for practice today. Listen in, Rahul Dravid, as he speaks on Virat's privacy breach.
obviously disappointing. It's not very comfortable for for anyone, let alone Virat. I mean, it is disappointing, but yeah, we have flagged it with the relevant authorities. They've taken action, and hopefully, incidences like this will not happen, in the future, and hopefully people are a lot more careful, because it's the one place where you feel you're away from people's prying eyes, and without the media glare on you, and without the photographs that all of these players have to deal with. It's the one place where you hope to feel secure and safe, and that's taken away. It's not really a nice feeling, but yeah, no, I think he's dealt with it really well. He's fine. He's here at training. He's absolutely.
All right, let me quickly cut across to Nikhil Naz, joining us live. Is Nikhil, a quick word from you as we see that the cricketing fraternity have come together to condemn this privacy breach. All of them not agreeing with what happened, and even the hotel, the staff, the resort management has apologized and stood down all those people, in fact fired those contractors as well. But take us through what's the situation today. How's Virat doing? We heard from the coach himself, but you give us some clarity.
Well, Nabila, as I speak to you live from Adelaide, the Indian team is out practicing. I can see Virat Kohli batting in the nets. So he's well and good, and I think, Virat did the right thing, pointed out. He said that, listen, I love all the fans and the love that they shower upon me, but this is something that wasn't taken very well. We've now learned that this is an incident that happened not during the last day that the Indian team had it, or this was the earliest day when they had actually had a camp here in Australia for a couple of weeks before the T20 World Cup started. What we're getting to learn, it was one of the outside third-party contractor who was working in the hotel may have gone in, made a video, and it's not the same person who put it out on social media. He may have shared it with a few friends and family, and through that it leaked to social media. So the local authorities, the hotel management, everyone's looked into it. The contractor has been suspended, and they're looking how this would...
were they Indians? Would you know if they were Indians, Nikhil?
The hotel authorities haven't really revealed that. They just kept the identity of the person under wraps. But all that they've told us is that it was a third-party contractor. But if you were to take a closer look at that video, it does give you an impression that they could be people of Indian origin who actually made that video.
All right, Nikhil, thank you very much. Good to know Virat's back in practice. Of course, he was shocked himself. The fraternity itself has taken note of this, calling this a serious security breach, and this is not okay. Virat, in a very strongly worded message, put it out on social media saying he's not okay with this kind of fanatism. Right, for more on that, you could log on to indiatoday.in. You could also download our app for more. Stay tuned. I'm going to come back with news and updates on the other side. India's Oscar entry film, Chalo Show, revolves around a young boy and his intense love for cinema. One of the boys who played a very crucial role in the film, Rahul, who essayed that role to real perfection, unfortunately has passed away. Rahul was fighting leukemia for the last few years but managed to beat the cancer complications all through the film's shoot. His father, who's an auto rickshaw driver, broke down while confirming the news. He said that Rahul was doing okay until the morning of October 2nd. He had fever, and soon after eating his breakfast, he repeatedly vomited blood. He was rushed to the hospital but unfortunately was declared dead. Rahul Kohli comes from a humble family. He was very eager to watch this film release, Chalo Show. In fact, Rahul's father even sold his auto rickshaw to treat his son's cancer. But once the filmmakers of Chalo Show heard about this, they even bought him a new auto rickshaw. Rahul's parents say that he was keenly awaiting the release of the film and was very sure that the family's fortunes would change after the film's release. But alas, the crew of film Chalo Show who was with Rahul all through the time he was at the hospital beating cancer, have broken down ever since. The movie is now India's official entry into the Oscars, representing the country in the Best International Film category. Rahul's family and his entire village are now going to be watching the film in a special screening, cello show, all seated together as an ode to this young boy. We're only hoping that the film would win at the Oscars. That will be a true ode to Rahul Kohli. His dreams surely will live on.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
धूल आए पर घर पे ना टिक पाए।
Very good afternoon. You're watching India Today. I'm Nabila Jamal. The headlines first. Conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar's explosive charge at the Aam Aadmi Party writes a letter to Delhi LG alleging that he's paid 50 crore rupees to the AAP and 10 crore rupees to Satyendra Jain. Claims that he's being harassed to withdraw those charges. Air quality deteriorates across Delhi as several locations turn hazardous. Quality to remain very poor and will get to severe conditions in the next 6 days. War of words erupt over stubble burning. And after 134 people died in the Morbi bridge tragedy, cops now arrest clerks, managers and security guards. No accountability on authorities yet. Can the municipal authorities pass the buck really? And ahead of Prime Minister Modi's Morbi visit, the civil hospital gets a facelift, walls painted, new hospital beds put out, water coolers installed. Politics erupts over this renovation of hospital last minute. And big move ahead of Gujarat elections. Home Ministry to grant citizenship to Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis and Christians from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan residing in 2 Gujarat districts. And Elon Musk comments. In fact, Elon Musk now, as he takes over, cements full control on Twitter. Now is the sole director of Twitter. Musk fuels suspension on Trump's return. Now, jailed Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain finds himself in the dock yet again, and this time over an allegation that Conman Sukesh has bribed him. Sukesh has shot off a letter to Delhi LG VK Saxena alleging that he is being harassed to withdraw serious charges that he is levelled against the Aam Aadmi Party. In this letter that surfaced now, Sukesh says that he's paid 10 crores to the jail minister, to Satyendra Jain, and also 50 crores to the Aam Aadmi Party for a Rajya Sabha berth from South India. Sukesh then has alleged that Satyendra Jain even met with him while he was inside prison several times while Satyendra Jain was a jail minister. The charge has now created a political storm, with the BJP calling AAP an extortion party and now questioning if Kejriwal will continue to shield and defend Satyendra Jain. Satyendra Jain, who's currently in Tihar jail over money laundering charges, was in the midst of a massive controversy over the weekend as the ED alleged that the Delhi minister, Satyendra Jain, was getting VVIP treatment and was receiving massages and home-cooked food while he's behind bars. Let's take a listen. Anisha spoke with Sukesh Chandrasekhar's lawyer, who claims that Sukesh is now being harassed for the allegations.
We're being joined by the lawyer of Sukesh Chandrasekhar, Mr. A.K. Singh. Sir, thank you for speaking to India Today. What exactly is the content of this letter? Because Sukesh Chandrasekhar has now taken the name of Satyendra Jain.
Yes. Content of the letter is, in nutshell, it's a matter of corruption and extortion inside the jail. There is a racket inside the jail, and that is being run by the senior topmost officers of the jail in connivance with the, as per the letter, this has been done in connivance with the jail mantri at that time, Satyendra Jain. And specifically, this has been alleged in the letter that, not letter, it's a complaint. It has been alleged in the complaint that around 10 crore rupees was extorted by the Satyendra Jain through someone. That money was paid to some Chaturvedi. Right. So my client seeks an independent inquiry in the matter. That is why this complaint has been sent to the office of the LG.
But sir, the question is that Sukesh Chandrasekhar had come to the Supreme Court and the High Court raising this allegation of extortion. Why was this name not taken earlier?
No, before the Supreme Court matter was different. We didn't approach Supreme Court ever seeking independent inquiry.
Okay.
We approached.
But you had raised these allegations earlier.
We approached the Supreme Court regarding transfer of jail from Delhi to any other jail across the country, because my client was not feeling safe inside the jail, because upon his voluntary statement and disclosure before the ED and EOW, there are so many investigations has been spirited out. And out of this investigation, around 82 persons has been booked. In total, including officers, 105 persons, police personnel has been booked so far. Okay. So due to which my client is facing a continuous threat to retract from those statements, to withdraw the complaints, to withdraw the writ petition filed in the Delhi High Court. That is why we approached Supreme Court seeking my transfer.
That is there, but the Aam Aadmi Party is raising the allegation that because there's a Gujarat election coming up, because of certain pressure from other parties, this is why this letter has come out now.
No, politically this should not be linked up. Politically, this should not be linked up, because in our country, it's a so diversified country. There are the 28 states. Every year, every month, every time, elections are going on in some of the parts of the state. So anything you do, certainly this will be hit by any one of the elections.
But the question is, why raise this particular name now at this stage? Why was this name? Why did this name not come out earlier when the petition against the DG was filed?
No, earlier my client thought कि इसमें independent inquiry होगी, when it was not happened, then as a last recourse, my client has written a letter to Delhi.
आपको हाई कोर्ट में जो प्रोसीडिंग्स चल रहे हैं उससे उम्मीद नहीं थी कि उसमें कोई इंक्वायरी या कुछ भी होगा, या यहाँ पर जिस तरह से कोर्ट ने, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि आप इंक्वायरी कीजिए, उसमें भी कोई उम्मीद नहीं थी कि मंत्री के खिलाफ कुछ होगा?
सुप्रीम कोर्ट तो हम इस इंक्वायरी के लिए गए ही नहीं कभी।
पर आपने
सुप्रीम कोर्ट
आरोप तो उसी वक्त लगाए भी थे।
हाँ, वो इनसिक्योरिटी एंड थ्रेट ऑफ लाइफ का हमने आरोप लगाया था, ठीक है जी, जिसकी वजह से हमारा जेल ट्रांसफर भी हुआ। मेरा क्लाइंट अभी मंडोली जेल में है, तिहाड़ से उसको शिफ्ट
सवाल है सर, तब जेल मंत्री का नाम क्यों नहीं सामने आया, अभी क्यों?
अब उस समय जेल मंत्री का, चूंकि उस समय डायरेक्ट थ्रेट किसी पॉलिटिकल या किसी पर्सन से नहीं रहा होगा, इसीलिए उस समय किसी भी चार्जशीट या किसी एलिगेशन में जेल मंत्री का नाम नहीं है। ये फर्स्ट टाइम ये नाम स्प्लिट आउट हुआ है।
जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। So we've been speaking to AK Singh, who's the counsel for Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who says that this name of Satyendra Jain has come out now because, according to him, his client has given this letter specifically to be communicated to the office of the LG in hopes that there will be an independent inquiry. The lawyer claims that there was no independent inquiry on the issue earlier, and that is why this letter has now come out. In New Delhi, with cameraman Ajay Thakur, this is Anisha Mathur for India Today.
All right, we heard Sukesh Chandrasekhar's lawyer firsthand. He says that Sukesh is now being harassed only because he made those allegations. A letter is now pending. It's in fact addressed to the Delhi LG, VK Saxena. And the Delhi LG has not responded to the letter as yet. And we know the animosity that plays out between the Delhi LG and the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital. At a time like this, it appears that this has now become has come as a huge setback for the Aam Aadmi Party, considering that Satyendra Jain was a jail minister then. And here Sukesh Chandrasekhar making allegations that Jain met him while in prison. At this point, really raises a lot of suspicion on whether indeed Satyendra Jain accepted that kind of amount to give Sukesh Chandrasekhar some kind of protection while in prison. In fact, Sukesh Chandrasekhar in his letter is elaborately mentioned on how he's paid 10 crores to Satyendra Jain while he was a jail minister, and how Jain had met Sukesh Chandrasekhar multiple times while he was in prison and also asked him to pay up 2 crores every month so that he gets basic facilities inside prison and also gets protection inside prison. Now, and post that, over the years, he says that he also paid up close to 50 crore rupees to the Aam Aadmi Party only so that, because he was promised a Rajya Sabha seat from South India. These are his statements, Sukesh Chandrasekhar's statements, as he pens a letter in his own handwriting is what we hear. And that letter, a copy of that is right here on our screens, where he's written an elaborate letter addressing it to the Delhi LG, claiming that he is now being harassed and that he had paid enough and more money to the Aam Aadmi Party, hoping that he will get some kind of protection inside jail premises, and that he was also promised a Rajya Sabha seat, and that jail minister Satyendra Jain at one point had visited him multiple times, had taken money from him, promising that he'll be protected in prison. And one must remember that Sukesh Chandrasekhar had elaborately carried out his extortion racket while he was seated in prison. Clearly, it was in cahoots with some of the jail officials. Was it Satyendra Jain who indeed allowed and gave way to Sukesh Chandrasekhar to carry out his crime syndicate within jail premises? Those are the questions that need to be investigated. But for now, in this letter, Sukesh Chandrasekhar claims that he's very clearly given out details to the CBI while the investigation was on, when he was questioned, that he has paid at least 50 crores to the Aam Aadmi Party to protect him and give him a meaty post from South India. Now, Sukesh Chandrasekhar's explosive letter has sparked quite a war of words between political parties, the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. Kejriwal says that his mantri and neta is innocent. In fact, he says that all these allegations made against Satyendra Jain is absolutely frivolous and baseless and fake. Delhi Chief Minister has further accused the BJP of raking this up and bringing up these false allegations only to deflect from the real issue of the Morbi tragedy that's killed 134 people, adding that this sensational letter was released only right at a time keeping Gujarat polls in mind, because BJP fears the AAP's rise in Modi's home state. The BJP did not hold back, calling the Aam Aadmi Party a thug, conman party, Party spokesperson Sambit Patra, point by point, responded to Arvind Kejriwal's allegations and said that Kejriwal is a party who's running a criminal syndicate both inside and outside jail. They've got to admit it.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जब देखा था कि पंजाब चुनाव वो हार रहे हैं तो कुमार विश्वास के कंधे पे बंदूक रख के चलाई। अब गुजरात के अंदर भारतीय जनता पार्टी की इतनी बुरी हालत हो चुकी है कि उनको सुकेश चंद्रशेखर के कंधों के सहारे की जरूरत पड़ रही है। प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को, मतलब वो तो कहते हैं कि बहुत पॉपुलर हैं, तो अगर बहुत पॉपुलर है तो उन्हें तिहाड़ में लॉज्ड एक कॉनमैन, आप ही कह रहे हैं कॉनमैन है, तो वो जो कह रहा है उससे कुछ लिखवा के और मतलब उसके ऊपर उसके सहारे इनको अपना गुजरात चुनाव लड़ने की जरूरत पड़ रही है। नंबर 1, परसों मोरबी हादसा होता है, कल 24 घंटे सारे टीवी चैनल्स मोरबी का मुद्दा उठाते हैं और आज अचानक टीवी चैनल से मोरबी गायब हो गया और सुकेश चंद्रशेखर के आरोप जो हैं वो आ जाते हैं। तो लगता नहीं कि मोरबी से ध्यान भटकाने के लिए ये एक कंप्लीटली फिक्टिशियस, कंप्लीटली फर्जी स्टोरी एक प्लांट की गई है। मतलब इससे ज़्यादा ब्लेटेंट और क्या हो सकता है कि मोरबी के मुद्दे को दबा के उसको डाइवर्ट करने के लिए, और सक्सेसफुली डाइवर्ट कर दिया उन्होंने। सारे चैनल इस टाइम इस सुकेश चंद्रशेखर की बात कर रहे हैं, जबकि 150 लोग जिनकी मौत हो चुकी है उसका सब भूल चुके हैं।
I would not hitch to say that there is this person called Sukesh Chandrasekhar who is a con man, who was running a syndicate, a crime syndicate from inside the jail, while we have the Aam Aadmi Party and its ministers who are running a crime syndicate outside of the jail. सोच के देखिए, अन्ना हजारे जी ने चंद हफ्तों पहले जो चिट्ठी अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को लिखी थी वो कितना सार्थक है। यह पार्टी जो चाल, चरित्र और स्वरूप राजनीति का बदलने आई थी, किस प्रकार से आज यह पार्टी एक कॉनमैन पार्टी के रूप में, इट वुड नॉट बी एन एग्जैजरेशन इफ आई से कि आम आदमी पार्टी इज अ कॉनमैन पार्टी टुडे। आज सुबह अखबार के माध्यम से मालूम पड़ा है कि ठग के घर में ठगी हो गई है और इस ठग का नाम है सुकेश चंद्रशेखर, और ठग के घर में ठगी करने वाले महाठग का नाम आम आदमी पार्टी और सत्येंद्र जैन है।
10 crore rupees was extorted by Satyendra Jain, Arvind Kejriwal's most dearest minister, who is in jail for the last 4.5 months, who has got no relief on the Hawala charges, was extorting 10 crores as protection money from Conman Sukesh Chandran. Imagine, Sukesh Chandran cons the system, cons many people, but he is conned by Satyendra Jain. You can imagine what category of a con man Mr. Satyendra Jain is. And not just this, 50 crore rupees was extorted for giving a party position to Sukesh Chandran by Aam Aadmi Party. This is their true face.
Well, it is not a sensational charge. It is based on a letter that Sukesh Chandrasekhar has written to the Delhi LG, stating that while he was in the jail, he was asked for protection money to the tune of 10 crore rupees by Satyendra Jain, who is the jail minister incidentally and is now lost in the same Tihar jail for various illegal activities. But the question does not just limit itself to the 10 crore that he paid to Satyendra Jain. There is also an allegation that he paid 50 crore rupees to the Aam Aadmi Party for a possible position in the South India in Aam Aadmi Party, and therefore questions must be asked of Arvind Kejriwal as well. That is your party positions up for sale, and what kind of an extortion is going on in Tihar, where your jail minister is seeking money from convicts who are in jail for protection. What kind of protection was being provided to Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Is it facilities like Satyendra Jain himself is enjoying? Recently, the ED disclosed that they are in possession of CCTV footage where Satyendra Jain is getting massage in Tihar jail. So is the 10 crore that he recovered from Sukesh Chandrasekhar meant to provide certain similar facilities, or what was the protection money all about?
No, he was not the jail minister. That's absolutely wrong, right? Because as you know, the jails work under the central government, and that's why you have a huge Tamil Nadu force there. So for what reason would somebody from the Aam Aadmi Party be given protection money? What kind of protection can the Aam Aadmi Party provide when this gentleman is operating in Bombay? Is the Aam Aadmi Party available in Bombay to help this gentleman? This gentleman was operating mostly in Bombay, right? So he was not operating in Delhi. For what reason did he need protection from the Aam Aadmi? And in any case, the Aam Aadmi Party doesn't have the policing under it. Everybody knows that. So what kind of protection can the Aam Aadmi Party provide? So you think a person who brainlessly keeps feeding somebody even though they can't provide any protection? So ultimately there has to be a cash trail. Where is the money given? Where is the money being received? How much has been received? Where is the money gone? So let the cash trail come. There are plenty of answers to be given by the agencies. It's not enough that one person writes a letter and then the party is now in the dock. It's not as simple as it is. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I'm going to quickly cut across to Amit Bharadwaj tracking those developments. Amit, the letter that Sukesh Chandrasekhar has written has reached the Delhi LG's office. But of course, we've been deliberating on it extensively, but the Delhi LG has not responded so far. And we know the clashes between the LG and the Delhi government, the Aam Aadmi Party, time and again. All right, stay with us. Manish Sisodia addressing a press conference. Let's cut across.
मैं 150 लोगों और मासूम बच्चों के हत्यारे नेताओं और उनकी सरकार से 5 सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं। 5 सवाल। भारतीय जनता पार्टी से मेरा पहला सवाल है कि मोरबी में जो पुल टूटा उसके पुनर्निर्माण का ठेका एक घड़ी बनाने वाली कंपनी को क्यों दिया गया? एक ऐसी कंपनी को जिसने कभी सिविक वर्क नहीं किए, पुल कोई नहीं बनाया, उस तरह का कोई काम नहीं करती थी, सिर्फ घड़ी बनाने का एक्सपीरियंस रखने वाली कंपनी को पुल के पुनर्निर्माण का ठेका दे दिया। यह भारतीय जनता पार्टी जवाब दे कि यह क्यों दिया गया। दूसरा कि इतना बड़ा काम और इतना महत्वपूर्ण काम, इतना सेंसिटिव काम, और उसका ठेका ऐसी कंपनी को दिया गया जो घड़ी बनाने वाली थी, वो तो किया ही किया, लेकिन बिना टेंडर के ठेका दिया गया। मोरबी के पुल के पुनर्निर्माण का ठेका बिना टेंडर के दिया गया। एक गैर अनुभवी कंपनी को बिना टेंडर के ठेका क्यों दिया गया? भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता जवाब दें इस बात का। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की गुजरात सरकार जवाब दे इस बात का कि बिना टेंडर के ठेका क्यों दिया गया मोरबी पुल के पुनर्निर्माण का। फिर जो डॉक्यूमेंट सामने आए हैं उनसे समझ में आता है कि यह पुल के पुनर्निर्माण का काम 8 महीने में पूरा होना था, लेकिन किस जल्दबाजी में, कौन सी ऐसी जल्दबाजी थी जिसकी वजह से यह 8 महीने का काम 5 महीने में लीपापोती करके पुल को खोल दिया गया, एक घटिया पुल बना के चालू कर दिया गया। यह मेरा तीसरा सवाल है कि 8 महीने का काम 5 महीने में लीपापोती करके पुल क्यों खोल दिया गया। चौथा सवाल मेरा यह है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी बताए कि ये जो कंपनी है घड़ी बनाने वाली, जिसको बिना अनुभव के ठेका दिया गया, बिना टेंडर के ठेका दिया गया, इससे भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कितना चंदा लिया है? भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने इस कंपनी से कितना चंदा लिया है? भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने इसके मालिकों से कितना चंदा लिया है? और इस कंपनी के मालिकों की बीजेपी के किन किन नेताओं से नजदीकी है? भारतीय जनता पार्टी इस बात का खुलासा करे कि मोरबी में जो 150 लोगों की हत्या हुई, उस हत्या के पीछे भारतीय जनता पार्टी को कितना चंदा मिला है, यह बात भारतीय जनता पार्टी बताए। और 5वां सवाल मेरा यह है कि इतने बड़े हादसे और पूरे देश में, पूरी दुनिया में यह मुद्दा उठ रहा है, इतने बड़े हादसे के बावजूद जो एफआईआर दर्ज की गई है उसमें उस कंपनी और उसके मालिकों का नाम तक नहीं है। सिक्योरिटी गार्ड, नीचे के कर्मचारी, मजदूर, इन लोगों के खिलाफ एफआईआर की गई है। कंपनी के मालिक के खिलाफ एफआईआर नहीं की गई, कंपनी के नाम से एफआईआर नहीं की गई। वहां के सिक्योरिटी गार्ड और वहां के मजदूरों के खिलाफ, वहां के छोटे कर्मचारियों के खिलाफ एफआईआर की गई है। किसका दबाव है? किसके दबाव में कंपनी के मालिकों और कंपनी के खिलाफ एफआईआर नहीं की गई? इन 5 सवालों के जवाब भारतीय जनता पार्टी को देने होंगे। ये 150 लोगों की मौत हादसे में नहीं हुई, हत्या में हुई है। मैं फिर से इस बात को दोहराना चाहता हूं। थैंक यू।
सर, आज बीजेपी ने एक आरोप लगा दिया, सुकेश चंद्रशेखर कॉनमैन ने दावा किया है कि जो सत्येंद्र जैन है उनको उन्होंने एक्सटॉर्शन मनी मांगी थी, 10 करोड़ के लेन देन की बात भी कही।
अभी आप देख रहे हैं कि किस तरह से भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कारनामों की वजह से, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के भ्रष्टाचार की वजह से पूरे देश में गुजरात की थूथू हो रही है, गुजरात सरकार की थूथू हो रही है। पूरे देश में सवाल पूछा जा रहा है कि 27 साल में भारतीय जनता पार्टी यही भ्रष्टाचार कर रही थी वहां पे। अब 2 दिन से जब इतनी थूथू हो रही है तो इससे ध्यान भटकाने के लिए इनको कुछ तो करना था विचारों को। तो ले आए एक गैंगस्टर शरणम गच्छामी जाके उसका कोई चिट्ठी लिखवा रहे हैं किसी गैंगस्टर से।
सर, पंजाब में आप लोगों के आंकड़े से पराली कम हुई है, बट अभी जो एनवायरमेंट रिसर्च सेंटर है मॉनिटरिंग का, वो कह रहे हैं पंजाब में पराली के आंकड़े बढ़े हैं। इस पर क्या कहेंगे आप?
मेरे पास नहीं रिसर्च है।
दिल्ली में इस वक्त पॉल्यूशन को लेकर AQI देखिए वो लगातार बढ़ रहा है, उसका असल में कारण क्या है? क्योंकि हर साल सेम स्थिति देखने को मिलती है।
असल कारण सबको पता है। अभी साफ सफाई ठीक से करा दो, धूल भी बंद हो जाएगी। और ईवी व्हीकल जिस तरह के लाए गए हैं उससे नीचे आ रहा है कार्बन।
गुजरात में पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश से जो शरणार्थी आए हैं उनको नागरिकता देने की बात की चुनाव से पहले। सबसे पहले तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी अब चुनाव से पहले किस मुंह से चुनाव में जाएगी? इन 5 सवालों को गुजरात का एक एक आदमी पूछेगा कि 150 लोगों की हत्या क्यों कराई भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं ने, मासूम बच्चों की हत्या क्यों कराई भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं ने। इनको लग रहा है गैंगस्टर की चिट्ठियों से इस तरह के चुनाव से पहले किए गए फिर उससे चुनाव जीते गए। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इस बार गुजरात की जनता इन 5 सवालों के बीच पर वोट करेगी।
All right. Delhi Minister Manish Sisodia there hitting out at the BJP, a sharp attack at the BJP over the Morbi incident, claiming in the first place, why was a clock-making company given the contract to maintain a bridge? Remember, this is a 19th century bridge. It takes a lot of expertise to maintain and repair that massive bridge. If one has to allow for people to get on it, being an old construction, one should have known better. You've got to have expertise working on that massive bridge. But here is the Aam Aadmi Party asking, why was a clock-making company who had really not much experience in maintaining a bridge of such nature given a contract to maintain that massive Morbi suspension bridge? 134 people have died. Aam Aadmi Party accusing the BJP of corruption. Meanwhile, there's a shocking comment coming in by BJP MP over the Morbi tragedy. This MP blames the victims for shaking the bridge. BJP MP Ramchandra Jangra has said that these kind of incidents happen and that there were lapses by the people as well as the company. So there's no need to raise questions now. This is what the BJP MP says, that there were lapses by the people who were on the bridge, referring to the fact that people were shaking the bridge, claiming that these kind of things happen. No need to raise questions now. Let's take a listen.
इस तरह के हादसों पर तो आदमी को संवेदना व्यक्त करनी चाहिए। अब इसमें कांग्रेस पता नहीं, इसमें भी राजनीति का रास्ता खोज रही है, ये उनके दिमाग का दिवालियापन है। वहाँ पर जिस कंपनी को ये दिया गया इसका संभालने का, सुरक्षा का जिम्मेवारी, उन्होंने कैपेसिटी से ज़्यादा टिकटें दी, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है। और वहाँ पर 125-150 लोगों की कैपेसिटी थी, 300 टिकटें दी गई, लोगों को रोका नहीं गया और लोग भी लापरवाह होकर वहाँ पर झूलने लगे। इसमें प्रधानमंत्री ने भी अपनी संवेदनाएं व्यक्त की हैं, गृह मंत्री जी ने भी की हैं, बाकायदा वहाँ सारी रैपिड फोर्स लगा दी गई हैं और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को बचाया गया है। फिर भी 143-44 लोग काल के ग्रास में चले गए। हम सबको उनके प्रति संवेदनाएं हैं, उनके परिवारों के प्रति संवेदनाएं हैं। भगवान उनके परिवारों को शक्ति दे ये हादसा सहन करने की, और सरकार ने पूरी तरह से उन परिवारों की मदद करने का भी ऐलान किया है। हादसे हो जाते हैं, इनमें लापरवाही लोगों की भी होती है और जो संभालने वाले जिनको व्यवस्था की जिम्मेवारी दी उनकी भी होती है। अब इससे ऐसे समय में राजनीति करना ये किसी को भी शोभा नहीं देता है।
All right, there you have it. The BJP MP who's quite careless while responding. You have reporters asking him his comment on the very tragic incident, the bridge collapse killing 134 people. And to this, the BJP MP, Ramchandra Jangra, very candidly says that these kind of things keep happening. You can't raise questions now. It's also the people's fault, those who were on that bridge, referring to the fact that people were trying to shake that bridge, and that was the visual that's captured as well. Let's take a listen yet again what Ramchandra Jangra, BJP MP, said, speaking on the tragic Morbi bridge collapse.
इस तरह के हादसों पर तो आदमी को संवेदना व्यक्त करनी चाहिए। अब इसमें कांग्रेस पता नहीं इसमें भी राजनीति का रास्ता खोज रही है, ये उनके दिमाग का दिवालियापन है। वहाँ पर जिस कंपनी को ये दिया गया इसका संभालने का, सुरक्षा का जिम्मेवारी, उन्होंने कैपेसिटी से ज़्यादा टिकटें दी, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है। और वहाँ पर 125-150 लोगों की कैपेसिटी थी, 300 टिकटें दी गई, लोगों को रोका नहीं गया और लोग भी लापरवाह होकर वहाँ पर झूलने लगे। इसमें प्रधानमंत्री ने भी अपनी संवेदनाएं व्यक्त की हैं, गृह मंत्री जी ने भी की हैं, बाकायदा वहाँ सारी रैपिड फोर्स लगा दी गई हैं और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को बचाया गया है। फिर भी 143-44 लोग काल के ग्रास में चले गए। हम सबको उनके प्रति संवेदनाएं हैं, उनके परिवारों के प्रति संवेदनाएं हैं। भगवान उनके परिवारों को शक्ति दे ये हादसा सहन करने की, और सरकार ने पूरी तरह से उन परिवारों की मदद करने का भी ऐलान किया है। हादसे हो जाते हैं, इनमें लापरवाही लोगों की भी होती है और जो संभालने वाले जिनको व्यवस्था की जिम्मेवारी दी उनकी भी होती है। अब इससे ऐसे समय में राजनीति करना ये किसी को भी शोभा नहीं देता है।
All right, moving on now. Politics has broken out ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit to Civic Hospital in Morbi district after the unfortunate death of 134 people due to a cable bridge collapse. Now, the opposition Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress have alleged that this hospital, this government hospital, has been fully decked up right before Prime Minister Modi's visit to Morbi, accusing the BJP government of trying to deflect the real attention from this tragedy that's killed over 134 people, and claiming that this is all about the Prime Minister's visit. All this decoration and setting up of new beds and water coolers, etc., is only to welcome Prime Minister Modi there. India Today went to the hospital, though, to get us a ground reality, and here's what we saw. We saw new hospital beds, water coolers that were placed at that hospital, and minor tailing work that was currently underway, door repairs that were being conducted. In fact, we spoke to the cleaning staff as well, and they said that they were brought in from Rajkot, especially for this work.
We are right now present in the civil hospital of Morbi, and there are several injured who are admitted in this particular hospital. But here you can see that how the cleaning work is undergoing. Let me tell you, there is also the painting work which has been happening in this particular hospital since yesterday night, and lot of work, the renovation work of this hospital is also being done. And there are several questions which are been asked by the opposition. Yesterday, Aam Aadmi Party also protested over here that why, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting this hospital, all this work is being done. Here you can see this is the ward where all the injured are admitted. There are several injured in this particular incident. They are admitted over here. There will be separate wards which has been made, and now here you can see that how the cleaning work is going on. The inspection has been happening over here. The administration is over here. The big question is that why this is being done now? Why only when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to visit this hospital? Why cleaning work, renovation work and other work are being done right now? Over there you can see that how specially people are being hired to actually clean and do the renovation work at this particular hospital, and therefore the Aam Aadmi Party and several other officials and the politicians from the oppositions are raising that question that why, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting this hospital, they are doing now, why this was not done earlier. With camera person Sajid Alam, this is Saurabh Vakdania in Morbi for India Today.
We are at this point at Civil Hospital Morbi. Morbi bridge collapse incident took place in the jurisdiction of this hospital. People who died were brought in here. what people are alleging is that there is a huge difference between what this hospital was yesterday and what it's going to be today or tomorrow, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting Morbi. He'll be going to the spot, coming to the civil hospital, meet the patients. So what has changed in one day? You can see that because the water tanks is being installed, water purifier is being installed. The old one, which seems to be a discarded one for a long time, but now there are water coolers. This is the second water cooler we have seen on the ground floor. There was another water cooler, and the entire place, the tiling which has been done very cleanly, and this seems to happen just in a day's time. At the same time, it's about midnight and the civil hospital is buzzing. The mopping work is starting here. You can see people are present here to clean the hospital premises, and the likely reason is that Prime Minister is coming tomorrow is the reason why this hospital is getting so much attention. We saw some sweepers who had come from Rajkot and this entire cleanliness operation will go on till the entire night so that it can be cleaned for the Prime Minister's visit tomorrow. At the same time, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress has alleged that there is special treatment which is being given to the hospital because Prime Minister is visiting. It's a good thing for the residents of Morbi because they have now have a different fortune with getting a better equipped and.
All right, let's now listen in to all the charges made by Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party as this now becomes a political slugfest in the poll-bound state of Gujarat.
जब पूरा गुजरात गम में डूबा हुआ है, तब भारतीय जनता पार्टी का शासन मोरबी की सिविल हॉस्पिटल को रंग रोगान कलर काम करके सजा दरा रहा है, क्योंकि उनको ये लगता है कि इस तरह से इवेंट मैनेजमेंट करके मोदी जी खुश हो जाएंगे। मुझे लगता है कि मोदी जी को इसके बारे में जल्दी से जल्दी कोई कदम लेना चाहिए।
पीएम मोदी जी जो आ रहे हैं उसके लिए ये हॉस्पिटल दुल्हन की जैसी सजाई जा रही है। आप देख रहे हो पूरी हॉस्पिटल को अभी मरम्मत चालू कर दिया है, कलर का काम चालू कर दिया है और दूसरा अभी पीछे ब्लॉक का काम भी चालू कर दिया है। लेकिन दुख इस चीज का है अभी तक 27 साल में जो ये सुविधाएं नहीं मिल पा रही है और गरीब लोग जितने भी है वो इतने साल से दुखित है। इधर पूरे डॉक्टर की भी व्यवस्था अच्छी तरह से नहीं थी, कोई एमडी डॉक्टर भी घट इधर दिख रही है और इधर बहुत सारी अव्यवस्था थी और रातों रात जो पीएम मोदी के लिए जो काम चालू कर दिया गया है तो ये लोग हमारी फीलिंग्स के साथ जो खिलवाड़ कर रहे हैं ना, उससे हम लोगों को अभी तक दुख है।
Now, first official reaction coming in from the administration on the politics that's going on over Modi's visit to Morbi and the extra facilities that's being carried out at that hospital. And the reaction is that this is a routine work. It's taking place everywhere, going on in every government setup. So this is not different. Remember, this government hospital, right at a time when the Morbi bridge collapse has happened, killing 134 people, many of them who survived have been rushed to hospitals. This government hospital here in Morbi district is now getting a facelift right ahead of Modi's visit. New hospital beds, water coolers and the door repair work, etc. All of that going on in full swing. And here a reaction coming in, an official reaction from the hospital saying this is just routine work. Listen in.
सीएम साहब की दौरे के मद्देनजर कुछ अलग से तैयारियां की गई, कुछ अलग से कुछ
नहीं, इट इज़ अ रूटीन एक्टिविटी, इट इज़ टेकिंग प्लेस एवरीवेयर इन ऑल गवर्नमेंट सेटअप।
सीएम साहब की दौरे के मद्देनजर कुछ अलग से तैयारियां की गई, कुछ अलग से कुछ
नहीं, इट इज़ अ रूटीन एक्टिविटी, इट इज़ टेकिंग प्लेस एवरीवेयर इन ऑल गवर्नमेंट सेटअप।
All right, that's the official response coming in from the hospital, calling this a routine work. Well, Prime Minister Modi is all set to arrive into Morbi in a little while from now. He's going to be addressing the huge tragedy that's taken place in Morbi district, his own home state of Gujarat. And this is a poll-bound state at a time like this when the Morbi incident has happened. A hospital there, government hospital, getting a complete facelift. Opposition claiming that this is all done not to accommodate the Morbi patients, the tragedies, the victims who were part of that tragedy, but instead to welcome Prime Minister Modi. This hospital gets a facelift. Now, there's national shock and fury over 134 people who died in Morbi's bridge collapse. It's now certain that the tragedy was man-made. Gujarat police say the technical and structural flaws, lack of certification, as well as some maintenance issues were the real reasons for this tragedy. In fact, what happens to the men responsible? That's the question here. All the real people responsible for this catastrophe so far not been named, not been shamed. 9 people have been arrested, though. Charge sheet, in fact, they've been charged with culpable homicide but that's not amounting to murder. Among the 9 people, as far as we know, who have been arrested, there are 2 ticket clerks, those who were selling those tickets there at that bridge, 2 managers, all employed by the Oreva group itself. The company that was responsible, Oreva, for maintenance of that bridge, they have not been explicitly named in the FIR. The other 5 accused include 2 repairing contractors hired again by the Oreva group and 3 persons working at the bridge as security personnel. But what really happens to the big fish here? What about the municipal authorities who didn't know that the renovated bridge was being reopened and large numbers of people were being allowed on that bridge through ticket sales? Or that Oreva group itself, who have employed all of these contractors who are currently right now, they're in prison, but Oreva group itself has not been named. Oreva group did not seek a security fitness certificate before inaugurating the bridge, but they haven't been booked. So the question here is, when will the big heads really roll?
Today we again resumed the search and rescue operations to find out any dead bodies or any missing personnel. It is suspected that some bodies may be there on the floor of the river. That's why we resumed the operations with the help of our deep divers.
हम लोग तो गए थे 6 आदमी गए थे, उसमें से 5 को लौट पाया और 1 आदमी का पूरा डेथ हो गया। और मुझे तो तैरना आता था, मैं तो खुद ही बचा, तो दूसरों को भी अच्छे से बचा लिया। करीबन 50-60 आदमी को बचाया, मैं और मेरे दोस्त मिलके।
जो रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन कहेंगे उसको अब नहीं रेस्क्यू नहीं कह सकते, क्योंकि बहुत असंभव है ये पूरी तरह से कि कोई जिंदा बचा हो, तो इसे सर्च ऑपरेशन कहा जा सकता है। आपको तस्वीरें मैं इसीलिए यहाँ पर दिखाता हूँ, एरियल व्यू, कैसे तमाम जो एजेंसियां हैं आज वापस जुट गई हैं। ये लगभग समझिए कि तीसरा ही दिन है। बड़ी बड़ी मशीनें आई हैं, क्योंकि जलकुंभी ज्यादा है तो इससे पानी की विजिबिलिटी कम हो जाती है, उसे हटाया जा रहा है। और चाहे वो नेवी हो, एनडीआरएफ हो, एसडीआरएफ हो, भारतीय सेना हो, ये तमाम सारे लोग आखिरी दौर के सर्च ऑपरेशन में लगे हैं कि अगर 2 से 3 शव जिनका अंदेशा है कि वो अभी भी पानी में हो सकते हैं तो उसे निकाल लिया जाए। हालांकि पानी का स्तर थोड़ा कम हुआ है, क्योंकि जो एक छोटा सा एम्बैंकमेंट था, बांधनुमा स्ट्रक्चर था, उसे तोड़ दिया गया था कि पानी निकल जाए। ऊपर से बाकी आप चूंकि प्रधानमंत्री का भी दौरा है तो इसके लिए भी जो सिक्योरिटी अपरेटस है उसको काफी मजबूत किया गया। वो खुद यहाँ पर आएंगे जायजा लेने के लिए, उसके बाद अस्पताल जाएंगे।
सर ये बताइए कि कितने लोगों की गिरफ्तारी हुई है, उनपे क्या क्या चार्जेस लगे हैं?
आज हमने जो दुखद घटना बनी थी उसके अंदर 9 लोगों को अरेस्ट किया है और तमाम के विरुद्ध में भारतीय दंड संहिता के कलम 304, 308 और 114 के तहत इसमें गुना दाखिल किया गया है।
साथ ही एक सवाल ये भी खड़ा होता है, जो कंपनी है, क्योंकि ओरेवा कंपनी है, उसकी टिकट पे भी फोटो और लोगो लगा हुआ है, तो क्या उस कंपनी के खिलाफ कोई कार्यवाही पुलिस करेगी?
देखो, पुलिस ने सभी मुद्दाओं को खुला रखा है। पुलिस कोई भी कंपनी हो, कोई भी व्यक्ति हो, किसी को छोड़ने के लिए हम लोग इसमें तमाम प्रकार की जो हमारी कायदा की प्रक्रिया पूरी करेंगे। किसी व्यक्ति को छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा।
स्ट्रक्चर में कहीं गड़बड़ थी जिसकी वजह से ब्रिज गिरा है?
अभी जो 2 दिन की जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन उसके अंदर लगता है कि इसमें टेक्निकल जो खामी थी उसकी वजह से इसमें ये नुकसान हुआ है, ब्रिज कोलैप्स हुआ है।
All right, shifting our focus here, an FIR has been lodged finally against sexist DMK Neta Sadiq. Cybercrime Department files an FIR against Sadiq. The DMK Neta was booked for his sexist remarks that he's made against some of the Netas, actor-turned-Netas, calling them as items. The Cybercrime Police has filed an FIR against Sadai Sadiq for his derogatory remarks against BJP women leaders, including Khushbu Sundar, Gayatri Raghuram, Gautami and Namita. FIR has been filed under sections 153, 294B, 5051, 509 and 4 of the Tamil Nadu Prohibition of Women's Harassment Act. This DMK Neta, Sadiq, absolutely shameful. The comments that he's made on a public platform, a stage where he's addressed these actors turned netas as items and went on to say many more derogatory things and then claims that he was misrepresented. Listen in what Sadiq said earlier.
BJP இருக்கிற தலைவரா பாத்தீங்கன்னா நாலுமே ஆயிட்டாங்க. எங்க அண்ணன் எத்தனை முறை இளையரான குஷ்பு போடுகிறார் தெரியுமா? கூட்டத்தை இருங்க அவங்க திமுகல இருந்தாங்க. 5-6 முறை இதே எங்க அண்ணன் இளையரான ராயபுரத்துல குஷ்பு கூட்டம் வந்து கூட்டம் போட்டார்.
All right, let me quickly cut across to Pramod joining us live from Chennai. Pramod, a quick word from you. Sadiq has been named in an FIR finally. There are multiple sections that have been slapped against him. But the question here is, has this man even apologized? He should be arrested, undoubtedly, and that must happen as soon as possible. But has he ever shown any regret ever since this is blown out?
Well, what Sadiq has done is completely wrong. This has been proved by he had made his party leader, Kanimuri itself, apologize to his comments, and he is claiming that more than being a party leader as a humanitarian, she cannot accept such a kind of action, be it her party or any other party. This is what Kanimuri has said earlier. So they definitely make sure that what Sadiq has done is wrong so far. But he was only trying to, the state itself was trying to say that he is being misinterpreted and such like that. But definitely wrong, because you cannot call a person a leader or somebody, a woman itself, an item. That was definitely not something acceptable. And that's the reason a case has been filed based on the complaint by Nadia Srinivasan, State General Secretary of the Women Wing.
All right. Pramod, thank you very much for joining us on that. All right, on the other side of a short break, state of war Telangana, big fight erupts between Rahul Gandhi and KTR. More details up next. Stay with us.
India Today Conclave, November 4th and 5th, Mumbai. Listen to Nitin Gadkari, Eknath Shinde, Kiran Rijiju, Devendra Fadnavis, Aditya Thackeray, K. Annamalai, Abhishek Bachchan, Varun Dhawan, Bhumi Pednekar, Professor Badri Narayan, Manu S. Pillai, Rohit Kamath and Lavina Sirohi, Burgess Driver. Book your seat now. Visit www.indiatodayconclave.com. Conclave Mumbai 22.
everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
Some big news coming in from state of Telangana as we see some political fight that erupts between Rahul Gandhi and KCR. In fact, a big fight that's erupted between Rahul Gandhi and KTR after Rahul Gandhi mocked Telangana Chief Minister KCR's national ambitions. KCR's party minister, hits back. KTR tweets, and I quote, International leader Rahul Gandhi, who can't even win his own parliament seat in Amethi, ridicules Telangana Chief Minister KCR's national party ambitions. Wannabe Prime Minister should first convince his people to elect him as an MP first. This is KTR's response to what Rahul Gandhi said. In fact, Rahul Gandhi a little earlier had spoken of how KCR is dreaming of taking his party national. And there's no problem in it. There's no problem in him imagining his party is a global party too. It's all fine. He can do as he wishes. He can imagine what he wants to imagine. Now to that, KTR has responded, calling Rahul Gandhi a wannabe Prime Minister who cannot even convince his own party members to vote him to power as an MP, referring to his loss in Amethi. Let me first cut across to what Rahul Gandhi said, mocking KCR.
This confusion is created by the TRS themselves. I'll repeat it clearly, there's absolutely no question of any relationship between the TRS and the Congress. The Chief Minister of Telangana believes that he is running a national party. That's perfectly okay, there's no problem, he can believe it. And he's welcome to think that no, I'm running an international party, one that is also fighting elections in the United States and fighting in China and other countries. Good, no problem. We are perfectly happy to accept it.
मैं क्या राहुल गांधी क्या फैक्टर है जी मालूम है सबको दुनिया में the biggest buffoon in the country. Everybody knows. Whole country has seen in the open assembly how he went to Mr. Narendra Modi and hugged him. The way he is winking.
All right, let me quickly cut across to India Today's Abdul Bashir joining us live. More on that. Bashir, we see Rahul Gandhi, who's just entered into Telangana. His Bharat Jodo Yatra has stopped there while he addresses a press conference, mocks at KCR's national ambitions, saying that it's all okay, it's all fine. KCR believes that he's running a global party. It's okay, he can do as he wishes, he can imagine what he wants to imagine. To which KTR calls Rahul Gandhi a wannabe Prime Minister who can barely get elected himself in his own, in his own bastion, basically referring to his Amethi loss. Take us through what's really sparked this political slugfest.
See, yesterday in Koturu, during the ongoing Bharat Jodo Yatra, Rahul Gandhi, on a question being asked about the Congress and TRS relation, he clearly said that KCR is with his national ambitions, can imagine that he can go national. He can also imagine that he can go international. It is up to him whether he can fight an election in US, he can fight an election in China. It is up to him what he imagines. But the fact is that KCR is yet till Telangana itself. That is what he meant in his reaction to this question that was posed. Reacting to the statement, Telangana IT Minister KT Rama Rao has slammed Rahul Gandhi, stating that he couldn't even win his election from Amethi, and he mocks Telangana KCR, the Chief Minister KCR's ambitions of national politics. So he cannot even get his people elect him as an MP. This is what he mentioned So this is a political war that has erupted following Rahul Gandhi's statement over national ambitions that has been put up by KCR. Remember, KCR has recently announced the party, changed the party from Telangana Rashtra Samiti to Bharatiya Rashtra Samiti, giving it a national entry into politics. And then he is set to gain confidence and come in coordination or alliance with the other regional parties as well, where several leaders have come and met him. So with this, a mutual understanding, following a question that was raised that Nitish Kumar and other parties that are in alliance with the Congress party, whether it be Bihar, it be Maharashtra, where the Uddhav Thackeray or NCP government, NCP party is there. Pertaining to this question, Rahul Gandhi has triggered or snatched KCR saying that he can go national and also international in this context.
All right, we see a very interesting back and forth between KCR, his party, and Rahul Gandhi. Both of them trying to make their place. In fact, Congress party is completely wiped out from the Andhra Telangana region. It's been over a decade now. Congress party trying to make some inroads as they make their way into Telangana. At this point, the Bharat Jodo Yatra has completed close to 55 days. And here he mocks, as he enters KCR's turf, he mocks KCR for his national ambitions and gets a fitting reply from the TRS minister. All right, here's some big news coming in. Owing to the threat that actor Salman Khan has received, his X-category security has now been increased to Y+. Now, the Mumbai police has said that Salman Khan's security has been upped. He now gets Y+ category security. Earlier, Salman Khan had one police guard with weapon. Now he will have two guards with weapons 24/7 and two guards at his residence round the clock. Now, Y+ category security for Salman Khan at this point after much of the threat perception that looms over him. Divyesh joining us for more on that. Divyesh, a quick word. Salman Khan received some threat letters and direct threats right after Sidhu Moosewala's murder. There were a lot of talk about the same gang trying to recce Salman Khan's home, and he was basically their next target. And post this threat perception looming on Salman Khan, his security has been upped to Y+ category.
Nabila, the security which was provided to Salman Khan was earlier from the local police, and now it has been categorized from X category to Y+ category by the state committee, which is headed by the Chief Secretary of Maharashtra, and they have enhanced the security to Y+ category, and in that, two armed guards will be there 24/7 with the actor whenever he travels, and there will be two guards who will be present around the clock at his residence. Now, Y+ category security also provides security cover to Salman Khan if he travels outside the state. In whichever state he travels, the local police station will be informed, and that local police station has to provide two trained guards at the place wherever the actor is residing, along with the two security guards from Mumbai police who will be there 24/7 with the actor. This Y+ security decision was taken around 10 days ago by the state committee, and now the security cover has been enhanced to Y+ category.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us on that. Salman Khan gets Y+ category security after the threat perception. For more on that, you could log on to indiatoday.in. You could also download our app for more. Stay tuned. I'm going to come back with the top headlines. Remember them? Amber Heard and Johnny Depp have both been busy with their lives ever since the defamation trial. And everything seems to be going quite well for Johnny. He's returning to movies with the role of King Louis XV in Jeanne du Barry, has found love in his former lawyer, Joel Rich, and recently made 20 times the profit for his Queensland mansion. This isn't just any house, but it is the place where the infamous incident of Depp losing his finger took place. Amongst the many fights that were mentioned in court of the former couple, this incident was one to stick out quite a bit. He sold this mansion in Australia for $40 million. The house had 10 rooms with 10 bathrooms and a wine cellar with a capacity of 2,000 bottles along with a go-karting ground within that premises. To get into the details of this infamous incident, Heard had been throwing bottles at the actor, 2 bottles in fact, the second one resulting in a cut finger. Amber Heard did not agree to this version and said that Johnny Depp had instead been throwing those bottles due to anger, and that's how he cut his own finger. The incident has taken place in 2015 and has been brought up in trial multiple times. Now, as the dust settles on the defamation trial, Johnny Depp has been seen doing quite a lot of concerts with his close friend Jeff Beck. And Amber Heard, on the other hand, is peacefully living her life in Spain. She will be seen next in Aquaman 2.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
Very good afternoon. You're watching India Today. I'm Nabila Jamal. The top news, but the headlines. Advocate Vineet Jindal files a complaint before the Delhi Lokayukta seeking suo motu inquiry. Conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar's explosive charge at Aam Aadmi Party writes a letter to Delhi LG alleging that he paid over 60 crores to AAP and Satyendra Jain. Kejriwal calls it BJP's attempt only to divert attention from the Morbi tragedy. Air quality deteriorates across Delhi as several locations turn hazardous. Quality to remain very poor to severe in the next 6 days. Water birds erupt over stubble burning. And after 134 people died in Morbi bridge tragedy, cops arrest clerks, managers and security guards. No accountability on authorities yet. Can the municipal authorities really pass the buck? Ahead of Prime Minister Modi's Morbi visit, the civil hospital in Morbi gets a full facelift. Walls have been painted, new hospital beds, water coolers. Politics now erupting over this renovation of the hospital. Mega escalation in the state of Telangana after Rahul mocks KCR for his national ambition. KTR hits back, calls Rahul a wannabe Prime Minister. Elon Musk cements control on Twitter. Now the sole director of Twitter. Musk fuels suspense on Trump's return. All right, now advocate Vineet Jindal files a complaint before the Delhi Lokayukta seeking suo motu inquiry against Aam Aadmi Party Minister Satyendra Jain for allegedly taking protection money from Conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar, who's lodged in the Mandoli jail in Delhi. This comes on the heels of Sukesh Chandrasekhar writing a letter to Delhi LG VK Saxena claiming that he's paid 10 crores to Delhi chief. In fact, the Minister of Delhi, then Jail Minister Satyendra Jain, only so that he is protected inside prison and that he gets some basic jail facilities. And then goes on to claim that he's paid another 50 crores to the Aam Aadmi Party to get a Rajya Sabha seat from South India. Huge allegations that have been levelled against the AAP and AAP Minister Satyendra Jain. Now, advocate Vineet Jindal files a complaint himself before the Delhi Lokayukta seeking a suo motu inquiry against the Aam Aadmi Party Minister Satyendra Jain for allegedly taking protection money from conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar while he was lodged in the Mandoli jail in Delhi. Huge development coming in as this Vasuli gate only gets ugly. At this point, a letter has surfaced of Sukesh Chandrasekhar claiming Sukesh Chandrasekhar is a con man who's conned many businessmen, has extorted money from them and has been sitting in prison for about a year for this kind of extortion. And this man claims in a letter now that he shot to Delhi LG VK Saxena that Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain, he knows him since 2015 and Jain used to visit Sukesh while he was in prison multiple times. And at one point, Satyendra Jain allegedly asked Sukesh to pay up 10 crore rupees so that he's protected in prison. And then Sukesh also elaborates in that letter that he's written to the Delhi LG saying that he's paid another 50 crore rupees so that he could be given a plump post by the Aam Aadmi Party from South India. This was Sukesh's letter that he's written, allegedly in his own handwriting, shot a letter to the Delhi LG. And Sukesh's lawyer also came out to claim that Sukesh Chandrasekhar is now being assaulted inside prison. He's being ill-treated. While this plays out, you have advocate Vineet Jindal filing a complaint before the Delhi Lokayukta seeking suo motu inquiry against the AAP Minister Satyendra Jain for allegedly taking protection money from this con man Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Anisha Mathur, who's tracking court, tell us more on that. Anisha, a quick word. Vineet Jindal wastes no time. The advocate approaches the Delhi Lokayukta seeking suo motu inquiry into Satyendra Jain's involvement and for allegedly taking protection money. The Delhi LG VK Saxena has not responded yet to that letter, but here is a quick move by advocate Vineet Jindal.
That there are people who are trying to get some action taken on this issue immediately. Just few hours after the story has broken about Sukesh Chandrasekhar writing this letter to the Delhi LG, even as his lawyers are saying that they're waiting for the response from the LG's office. Now another lawyer has decided to write a letter to the Lokayukta office to take this issue up suo motu, because remember, the allegations that have been disclosed in Sukesh Chandrasekhar's letter say that Satyendra Jain extorted money while he was the jail minister in between 2017 and 2019. These allegations that Sukesh Chandrasekhar has now raised are not about current or recent events, but they're from 17 to 19. So the Lokayukta would have the jurisdiction to look into what
stay with us. We have Vineet Jindal himself joining us on the phone line. Mr. Jindal, we hear that you have taken this upon yourself, approached the Delhi Lokayukta asking for suo motu investigation into this case, where Sukesh Chandrasekhar claims that he has paid close to 10 crore rupees to Satyendra Jain only so that he's protected in prison. Tell us a little more on your appeal to the Lokayukta.
Look, as we have specifically seen that the specific allegations has been put by Sukesh Chandra against Aam Aadmi Party and Satyendra Jain, who is a high-profile government. So the allegations of rupees 10 lakh has been 10 crore has been given to Satyendra Jain, and 50 crore rupees has been given to Aam Aadmi Party, who has in which he is saying that he has been offered a good post of Aam Aadmi Party in South India. So the allegations are very serious in nature. This is a misuse of power, misuse of their office. So I have filed a petition before the Lokayukta of Delhi to investigate this matter in a proper manner, as this is a specific purpose also, because Lokayukta is an independent person, and we have seen the several matter. There is a political issue has been come out, and the allegation on the investigations agency has been put. So that's why I am filing this petition before Lokayukta. So no controversy in respect of the investigation would be there.
All right. Mr. Jindal, could you tell us what you see of this letter that Sukesh has written to the Delhi LG? The LG has not responded to the letter as yet, but Sukesh has said that he is being harassed because he's made these allegations. His lawyer has said that he is being assaulted inside prison. In fact, multiple times Sukesh has appealed to the Supreme Court as well, asking for his prison cell to be changed and moved away from there because he's receiving death threats. But that was turned down by the top court.
Yes, if you see that there is several allegations put by Sukesh against the officials of Delhi police also, who has been working in the Tihar jail. So the investigation has been going on against those officials also. So LG has not been taken any kind of initiative right now in respect of investigation in these allegations against the minister. So that's why this petition has been filed, and specifically mentioned about all the incidents which has been mentioned by the Sukesh Chandra in his letter to the LG. So I hope that Lokayukta would initiate the investigation, and the proper investigation should be taken place against the Delhi minister.
Right. You know, Mr. Jindal, if you could elaborate for us, how would you look at this letter by Sukesh Chandrasekhar? He's made an appeal, sending a letter to the Delhi LG. That's, at this point, he almost seems like a celebrity prisoner.
Yes, it has been, I already told, and we have seen in the several news reports which are there, that he has been giving the protections, he has giving facilities, the out-of-way facilities have been provided to Sukesh Chandra previously. So the investigation has been going on that matter, and this matter is also related to that investigation. So it is not like that LG has not been given any kind of note to this thing, but definitely a separate investigation and on a specific these allegations about giving a protection money to the minister of Delhi. That should be taken place in a separate manner. That's why the investigation should be asked. Tomato investigation should be asked by me by the Lokayukta.
Manish Jindal, thank you very much for joining us. Now, jailed Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain finds himself in the dock yet again, and this time over an allegation that conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar has bribed him. Sukesh Chandrasekhar has shot off a letter to Delhi LG VK Saxena alleging that he is being harassed to withdraw the serious charges that he has levelled against the Aam Aadmi Party. And in his letter, Sukesh has said that he has paid at least 10 crores to the jail minister, to Satyendra Jain, and 50 crores to the Aam Aadmi Party for a Rajya Sabha berth from South India. Sukesh has also alleged that Satyendra Jain has met him inside prison several times. The charges has now created a political storm within the BJP. The BJP now calling AAP an extortion party and questioning Kejriwal whether he will continue to shield and defend Satyendra Jain. Satyendra Jain, who's currently in Tihar jail over money laundering charges, was in the midst of a massive controversy over the weekend as ED alleged that Jain was getting VVIP treatment and was receiving massages and home-cooked meals while he's behind bars.
So, give us a sense of the charges and allegations that are being levelled by your client, Sukesh.
I am only the instrumental in this letter. Right. I have, when I visited to meet my client in the jail, he handed over me a letter, and he just simply requested me and instructed me to place it before the office of LG. so that some cognizance or some direction of investigation can be made. That is why I filed an application along with the letter to the LG.
Right. So he's talking about money that he paid to Satyendra Jain. He's talking about money that he paid to the Aam Aadmi Party. He's talking about money that he paid to DG prisons as well. So there are jail officials also that he's in fact saying were extorting money on behalf of Aam Aadmi Party.
Not on behalf of the party, on behalf of the jail superintendent.
On behalf of the jail superintendent.
Jail superintendent. And recently LG has ordered to book 82 jail officials of Bihar jail.
Yes.
In Supreme Court, the transfer petition of the Sukesh Chandrasekhar was pending. In that case, Delhi government has filed a response. In that response, Delhi government has given a chart of the rank-wise officers and the amount of the money that was paid to him on the monthly basis as an extortion amount.
So is this money that Sukesh Chandrasekhar is still paying jail officials, sir?
No. Still, he is not paying. Still he is facing a threat of life due to of such an incident. That's why we filed a petition before the Supreme Court seeking transfer of jail.
From who, sir? From who?
Not from the inmates, from the officers. Because upon his disclosure statement given to the ED under Section 50 PMLA and EOW, around 105 police officers have been booked and arrested. And recently on 20th of October, LG Delhi has directed to initiate legal action against 82 police officers of Bihar jail. Due to of such kind of actions going on against the jail officers inside the jail, my client feels a threat of his life.
Okay, but has he received any specific threats, sir?
Recently, he was assaulted by a CRPF personnel inside the jail, and the petition is pending in the Supreme Court. Due to of this complaint and due to of this disclosure statement, my client is facing harassment and threat to his life.
All right, let me cut across to Shreya Chatterjee tracking this story. Shreya, we heard the lawyer of Sukesh Chandrasekhar who claims that he's being assaulted. He claims threat to life inside that prison. He's also approached the Supreme Court multiple times, but Supreme Court refused to entertain that plea at that point. But now with this letter exploding, where Sukesh has claimed in that letter he's given money to Satyendra Jain to protect him inside his cell, that's really led to opening up a can of worms.
Well, absolutely so, Nabila. You know, we've been seeing these allegations going on ever since Sukesh Chandrasekhar's case had exploded, and we know that there are Tihar officials who have already been booked earlier for playing party to the entire extortion racket. But this new twist is where there is a direct name of Jail Minister and Satyendra Jain. And what he's gone ahead and alleged that the relationship between him and Satyendra Jain and Aam Aadmi Party dates back to 2015, and he's paid an amount to the tune of 10 crore to Satyendra Jain for protection. And he's saying that even now he's receiving threats, and that too is named the DG prison. He's gone ahead and named the DG prison for being involved in these threats. It's important right now that whether there's any veracity in these allegations, that will be investigated. We already know the file has been moved from the Delhi LG's office to the Aam Aadmi Party government for investigating. We also do know there's a possibility for the EJ also to side-by-side investigate that, because very clearly in the letter he mentions that the amount was transferred to Satyendra Jain through his Kolkata associates. So that's something that the ED might also want to investigate. We'll have to wait and watch out what the investigation pans from here on. But very grave allegations have now been made against Satyendra Jain by none other than Conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
All right, thank you very much, Shreya, for joining us on that. All right, now Sukesh Chandrasekhar's explosive letter has sparked quite a war of words between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital. AAP chief Arvind Kejriwal has defended his mantri and neta, claiming that the charges made against Satyendra Jain are frivolous, baseless and fake. The Delhi chief minister has further accused the BJP of raking up false allegations to deflect from the real issue of the Morbi tragedy that's killed 134 people, adding that sensational letter was released just in time by the BJP, keeping in mind the Gujarat polls. BJP did not hold back, calling the Aam Aadmi Party a thug Conman party. Party spokesperson Samit Patra has said that Kejriwal's party is running a criminal syndicate both inside and outside jail.
कौन है वो? तिहाड़ में लॉज्ड एक कॉनमैन, आप ही कह रहे हैं कॉनमैन है। मैंने सुना वो एक बार उसने किसी मुख्यमंत्री के बेटे को बन के पैसे लूटे, एक बार उसने कोई सीबीआई ऑफिसर बन के पैसे लूटे।
तो कहाँ से वो मासूम चेहरा लाते हैं ये पता नहीं। कौन सुकेश चंद्रशेखर? हु इज ही? मतलब पूरे अंदर से आवाज जैसे सच में जानते नहीं है सुकेश चंद्रशेखर। 50 करोड़ रुपए लेके बोल रहे हैं हु इज सुकेश चंद्रशेखर? आई वुड नॉट हिच टू से that there is this person called Sukesh Chandrasekhar who is a con man, who was running a syndicate, a crime syndicate from inside the jail, while we have the Aam Aadmi Party and its ministers who are running a crime syndicate outside of the jail. It would not be an exaggeration if I say कि Aam Aadmi Party is a con man party today.
परसों मोरबी हादसा होता है, कल 24 घंटे सारे टीवी चैनल्स मोरबी का मुद्दा उठाते हैं और आज अचानक टीवी चैनल से मोरबी गायब हो गया और सुकेश चंद्रशेखर के आरोप जो हैं वो आ जाते हैं। तो लगता नहीं कि मोरबी से ध्यान भटकाने के लिए ये एक कंप्लीटली फिक्टिशियस, कंप्लीटली फर्जी स्टोरी एक प्लांट की गई है। मतलब इससे ज़्यादा ब्लेटेंट और क्या हो सकता है कि मोरबी के मुद्दे को दबा के उसको डाइवर्ट करने के लिए, और सक्सेसफुली डाइवर्ट कर दिया उन्होंने। सारे चैनल इस टाइम इस सुकेश चंद्रशेखर की बात कर रहे हैं, जबकि 150 लोग जिनकी मौत हो चुकी है उसका सब भूल चुके हैं।
10 crore rupees was extorted by Satyendra Jain, Arvind Kejriwal's most dearest minister, who is in jail for the last 4.5 months, who has got no relief on the Hawala charges, was extorting 10 crores as protection money from conman Sukesh Chandran. Imagine, Sukesh Chandran cons the system, cons many people, but he is conned by Satyendra Jain. You can imagine what category of a con man Mr. Satyendra Jain is. And not just this, 50 crore rupees was extorted for giving a party position to Sukesh Chandran by Aam Aadmi Party. This is their true face.
Well, it is not a sensational charge. It is based on a letter that Sukesh Chandrasekhar has written to the Delhi LG, stating that while he was in the jail, he was asked for protection money to the tune of 10 crore rupees by Satyendra Jain, who is the jail minister incidentally and is now lost in the same Tihar jail for various illegal activities. But the question does not just limit itself to the 10 crore that he paid to Satyendra Jain. There is also an allegation that he paid 50 crore rupees to the Aam Aadmi Party for a possible position in the South India in Aam Aadmi Party, and therefore questions must be asked of Arvind Kejriwal as well. That is your party positions up for sale, and what kind of an extortion is going on in Tihar, where your jail minister is seeking money from convicts who are in jail for protection. What kind of protection was being provided to Sukesh Chandrasekhar? Is it facilities like Satyendra Jain himself is enjoying? Recently, the ED disclosed that they are in possession of CCTV footage where Satyendra Jain is getting massage in Tihar jail. So is the 10 crore that he recovered from Sukesh Chandrasekhar meant to provide certain similar facilities, or what was the protection money all about?
All right, now, police constable job aspirants fell at the feet of Home Minister Oreva Gyanendra in Karnataka at Tumkuru, asking him to increase job quotas and start appointing people. More than 100 had come from North Karnataka to meet Oreva Gyanendra. Home Minister was at a junior college grounds for Kannada Rajotsava event, where you had at least a bunch of the police constables, aspirants, job aspirants, who fell at the feet of the Home Minister Oreva Gyanendra, asking him to increase job quotas and start appointing people at the earliest. Remember, there was a huge scam and scandal of the police sub-inspector or police constable examinations itself. There was a lot of allegations that their papers were leaked, and many of these police aspirants fell out of the system because those who got the leaked papers were favoured. So these police constable aspirants, many of them who have written their exams, who are waiting for some kind of job fall at the feet of the Karnataka Home Minister Gnanendra, asking him to increase job quotas and start appointing these aspirants, police constable aspirants at the earliest. More than 100 of these aspirants came in from parts of North Karnataka only to meet the Home Minister. Home Minister Gnanendra was at the junior college grounds for the Kannada Rajotsava event. Here are the images. In fact, as I did mention, there was a police constable examination scam that took place very recently, where let me cut across to Sagai Raj for a little more on that. Sagai, on the heels of this police constable examinations, this whole scam that went by very recently, we see that these aspirants, the constable aspirants, are so desperate to find a job that they've come all the way from parts of North Karnataka only to meet Home Minister of Karnataka, Gnanendra, in Tumkuru. They're falling on his feet, and that's how desperate these aspiring police constables are. What really is the problem there, and how has the Neta responded to them?
See, what we get to learn is this morning when Gnanendra reached out his district in charge of Tumkur to celebrate Kannada Rajotsava, there were aspirants of police constables. They had come there in large number, and most of them were from North Karnataka, and they had pleaded the Home Minister to increase the quota and try to do the recruitment as soon as possible. Remember, after PSI scam, the recruitment process is on hold, and keeping all these things in the mind, these aspirants have trained for a long time. They had paid huge money for the training and everything. And since the government is not recruiting for the constables, these aspirants had requested Home Minister to fasten the recruitment process as well as increase the quota of constables across the state. And there were a large number of aspirants who had reached out to the Home Minister and requested and pleaded, and we have also seen in the visuals that few of the aspirants also tried to prostrate and fall in the feet of the Home Minister, requesting him to go ahead and give the permission.
We see them process. Begging, falling to the feet of the Karnataka Home Minister Gnanendra. But stay with us, Sagai. I'd like you to elaborate to us on what exactly is the PSI scam, and has there been an investigation that's carried out into it, and who is to blame for this PSI scam, and how many of those aspirants are right now jobless? In fact, I'm going to cut across to some more big news coming in. We hear that the Karnataka Tumkuru Deputy SP P. Srinivas has slapped and sent away some of the victims of the PSI, the aspirants there, the police sub-inspector aspirants, the recruitment scam. Post that, many of those aspirants have been left jobless, and they're waiting to find some kind of placement. They've reached Tumkuru, and there we see the police deputy sub-inspector, the deputy SP, Srinivas of Tumkuru, has slapped and sent away those PSI aspirants. The victims had come to speak with the Home Minister Gnanendra about the difficulties that they're facing due to this scam, claiming that many of them don't have jobs. They all prepared for the sub-inspector examinations. They've given out their exams. Unfortunately, there was paper leak. It was a huge scam that was carried out, and it's been going on for years now, is what these aspirants claim. And when they came to get some relief from the Karnataka Home Minister, the police in Tumkuru, the SP Srinivas, has slapped and sent those people away, asking them to get out of that place, get out of the way of the Home Minister. Sagai, for more on that. Sagai, you know, these visuals are really very disheartening, to say the least, because we know that these police sub-inspector aspirants, many of them who got caught in this whole scam, are right now left jobless. They have really no way to make ends meet. At a time like this, instead of really maybe taking a good listen to their grievances, here you have the police slapping them, sending them away, Home Minister not responding to them even as they fall to his feet. Tell us a little more. I'd like to ask you on how many people have been really affected, and what's the plight of these sub-inspector aspirants who got caught in this scam?
The sub-inspector aspirants had registered a complaint, and there is an investigation which is happening, and there are already people who have been arrested and sent behind bars in that particular sub-inspector recruitment scam in the state of Karnataka. Even the opposition is trying to cash in the situation. And what we are seeing right now is in Tumkur, where the aspirants for police constables. So these are the aspirants for police constable, where they have applied for police constable position, but the recruitment process is on hold. because there was a scam in police sub-inspector recruitment process. The Karnataka government has withheld the recruitment process for the constables. So keeping all these things in mind, there is an age criteria for all these aspirants. They have spent a lot of money for their training and everything. And that is the reason these the aspirants had reached out the Home Minister of Karnataka, Rahul Nyanendra, today in Tumkuru, requesting him to increase the quota of recruitment which happens for constables and also fasten up the recruitment process for these constables. So that's when one of the aspirants also fell in the feet of the Home Minister, requesting him to fasten the recruitment process. And on the other side, which you have pointed out, that one of the DYSP who lost the cool, the controlling
we saw him slapping them away. Very tragic, very tragic. Thank you very much, Sagai, for joining us on that. We're going to continue tracking those developments, but shifting our focus here to Elon Musk, who disbands Twitter board and becomes the sole director of the company. Twitter's board of directors were dissolved on Thursday following Elon Musk's takeover of the company, making Musk now the sole director of the social media giant. Apart from Parag Agarwal, the organization's CEO, CFO, Ned Segal, and in fact, as we see, Vijaya Gadde, who is also the policy chief, are among those other 9 board directors who have been fired. Within days of purchasing and taking control of Musk, he's already made a number of significant changes. Twitter has not commented on these plans yet, but Musk has said that the whole verification process is being revamped and a council will be set up to review the content moderation decisions that might be established soon. Amid this takeover, there are concerns that Musk might allow former US President Donald Trump to return to the platform. All right, on that note, it's a wrap on this edition of The Bulletin. Do stay tuned for our entertainment special on the other side in the club.
India Today Conclave, November 4th and 5th, Mumbai. Listen to Nitin Gadkari, Eknath Shinde, Kiran Rijiju, Devendra Fadnavis, Aditya Thackeray, Priyanka Chaturvedi, Abhishek Bachchan, Varun Dhawan, Huma Qureshi, Vikram S. Gandhi, J. Sai Deepak, Neha Naikwade. Book your seat now. Visit www.indiatodayconclave.com. Conclave Mumbai 22.
Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now.
Black holes. Did you ever worry that Earth could get sucked into one of them? Black holes do have a massive gravitational pull that allows it to swallow anything that gets in its way. Let's find out more about them. Black holes have been lurking in the galaxies for billions of years. The most powerful known forces in the universe, their gravitational field is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape from them. They're actually packed full of space matter, so they're not really holes. There are at least two types of black holes. Stellar mass black holes form when a huge star, more than 10 times bigger than our Sun, burns up all its fuel and collapses in on itself. Scientists say there could be billions in our galaxy, the Milky Way alone. They grow by gobbling up other stars or merging with other black holes to become a supermassive black hole, millions to billions of times bigger than the Sun. Humans can't even see black holes, but we can observe their effect on matter close by. When normal stars are sucked in, they accelerate and heat up, emitting X-rays which are detected by orbiting space telescopes.
Hello and welcome. You're watching In the Club. I'm Dipali Patel. This is where we get you the best from the world of entertainment. Now, word of mouth can do wonders at the box office, and there seems to be no better example to it than Kantara itself. This Rishabh Shetty directorial was made on a budget of less than 20 crore rupees, but the film, ever since its release, has shattered many records. In fact, now it has even crossed the 200 crore mark worldwide, and the Hindi version of it is inching close to the 50 crore mark. Here's a detailed report. Kantara has literally set the box office on fire, and there seems to be no stopping for this Rishabh Shetty directorial. Kantara has literally set the box office on fire, and there seems to be no stopping for this Rishabh Shetty directorial. The Hindi dubbed version of Kantara is marching towards 50 crore rupees. In just 18 days, the Hindi version has surpassed the 45 crore mark rupees worldwide and is now inching closer towards the 50 crore mark. It has grossed over 245 crore rupees at the box office globally. And the Hindi version of Kantara registered a record collection in its third week. According to the estimates, Kantara earned 4.4 crore rupees in Hindi. The film is receiving overwhelming reviews from the critics and audiences alike.
लगता है कि तुम्हारा कोई पर्सनल एजेंडा है।
सरकार का आदेश है, मुझे सरकार को जंगल की बाउंड्री बतानी पड़ेगी। हिम्मत है तो बता।
It has also beaten Bahubali 2 and had the biggest fifth weekend of all time in India. What's more, Rishabh has dismissed reports of a remake of the film and also revealed that since it has been dubbed in various other languages, there is no need for it.
शिवा और उसके गैंग को पकड़वा सकता हूं सर।
Meanwhile, the dubbed Hindi version of Kantara is continuing to give stiff competition to recent Diwali outings, that is Akshay, Kumar star Ram Setu and Ajay Devgan's Thank God.
मैं हूँ चित्रगुप्त और मेरा काम है लोगों के पाप और पुण्य का हिसाब करना।
So much so that the exhibitors are planning to replace shows of the two Hindi films with the Kannada blockbuster. That's not all. Kantara has also beaten KGF Chapter 2 on IMDb with a 9.6 rating and became the highest rated Indian film on the platform.
रेडो के साथ साथ तुम्हारा रेप्यूटेशन भी कम हो रहा है। शिकार भी जोरों से चल रहा है।
डिपार्टमेंट को तकलीफ हो अगर कोई ऐसा कदम उठाया तो सीधे 3rd डिग्री मिलेगी।
हाँ, पढ़े बिना ही डिग्री।
After beating KGF Chapter 2 on IMDb with 9.6 rating, it grossed over 200 crore rupees at the box office globally and left the Yash starer behind in terms of total footfalls in the state of Karnataka. also became the most viewed film produced by Homebird Films in Karnataka, then became the second film to be screened at Sadhguru's Isha Foundation. It was also praised by superstar Rajnikant and several other celebrities, including Kangana Ranaut.
Called Kantara, and I'm still shaking. What an explosive experience. Rishabh Shetty, hats off to you. Writing, directing, acting, action, brilliant. Unbelievable. What a fine blend of folklore, tradition, indigenous issues. What a beautiful photography, action, thriller. This is what is cinema. This is what films are for. And the theatrical experience, unbelievable. I heard so many people say in the theatre, लोग जाते-जाते कह रहे थे कि हमने ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं देखा कभी. Thank you for this film and brilliant. I don't think I'm going to recover from this experience, not for another week. Wow. Wow.
जरूर कुछ अनर्थ होने वाला है.
The film, which was rolled out in Hindi on October 14th, has achieved a new milestone by beating Punyan Selvan Part 1's lifetime collection in the language. According to reports, Kantara earned over 26 crore rupees and is now inching towards 30 crore mark in the North Belt. This indeed is a huge boost to period action thriller, which was predominantly a Kannada film that opened in theatres on September 30th, much to the delight of the die-hard fans. The film received rave reviews, which helped it emerge as a big hit at the Karnataka box office. Made on a budget of less than 20 crore rupees, Kantara explores the traditional culture of Kambala and Bhuta Kola. Rishabh plays two distinctive characters in the flick.
शिकार भी जोरों से चल रहा है.
डिपार्टमेंट को तकलीफ हो अगर कोई ऐसा कदम उठाया तो सीधे 3rd डिग्री मिलेगी.
पढ़े बिना ही डिग्री.
And interestingly, Naveen Bondal, who plays the role of a demigod with ample eyes and who answers the king's request, has caught a lot of attention in the film, but not many know he was a bus conductor once. The cast also includes Kishore, Achyut Kumar, Saptami Gowda and Pramod Shetty. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Kamal Haasan is reportedly set to collaborate with H. Vinod, while the makers of Thalapathy Vijay and Vijay Sethupathi star Master are likely to release the dub version of the film in Japan. There are other big newsmakers as well and are all from regional cinema. Take a look at our trending segment Up South.
Kamal Haasan is yet to announce his upcoming film. Reports suggest that he will be joining hands with director H. Vinod. The Valamai director has already met Kamal Haasan and narrated his script. Reportedly, the Vishwarupam actor was impressed with the story and agreed to do the film. And the latest buzz is that Raj Kamal Films International will be bankrolling the project and the shoot will begin in the first half of 2023. Once he wraps up Indian 2, Kamal Haasan will announce his next film. The actor returned to the big screen after a hiatus of 4 years with Vikram. The film was a success at the box office and brought in over 400 crore rupees in ticket sales globally. Vikram was a high-octane action thriller written and directed by Lokesh Kanagaraj. The film also starred Vijay Sethupathi and Fahad Fasil in key roles. The makers of Kajal Agarwal's next Ghosty released the first look teaser of the film. Ghosty is a wacky horror thriller with Kajal in dual roles, one as a police officer and the other as an actress, and her spirit haunts the police officer. Meanwhile, Yogi Babu is the only one who has the ability to ward off the spirit. Director Kalyan confirmed that Ghosty will have a theatrical release, thereby putting rest to rumors about a possible OTT release.
భయం
மனிதரை கொல்லும் ஆயுதம்.
பாவம் அந்த சாமியார், அந்த பேய் அவனையும் விட்டு வைக்கல. கடைசியா அந்த பேயை யார் அடக்கணும்னு பாக்குறீங்களா?
Back in April, Kajal became a mom after giving birth to a baby boy named Neil Kichlu. She has recently resumed work filming for Shankar's Indian 2 post her maternity break.
அந்த ஸ்டூடண்ட் இவ்ளோ பிரச்சனை பண்ற பையனா பேசாம டிஸ்மிஸ் பண்ணிடலாம்ல.
After the massive success of RRR in Japan, the makers of Talapati Vijay and Vijay Sethupathi star Master are likely to release the dubbed version of the film in the Asian country. Reports suggest that the Japanese version of the film is titled Sensi and will release in the East Asian country on November 18th. In the film, Talapati Vijay plays the role of an alcoholic professor. He's enrolled to teach at a juvenile facility and soon clashes with a ruthless gangster played by Sethupathi, who uses children as scapegoats for his crimes. Entertainment Bureau, India Today. It's time now to fly 7 seas across to check out the biggest newsmakers from the West. Here's Fully Foreign.
Baby love, I think I've been a little too kind. Didn't notice you walking all over my peace of mind. And the shoes I gave you as a present, putting someone first only works when you're in their top 5. And by the way, I'm going out tonight.
Singer-songwriter Taylor Swift scored her 11th #1 album on the Billboard 200 chart as her studio album Midnights earned the equivalent of selling 1.578 million units, the largest week for any album in 7 years.
In the basement when I want the penthouse of your heart. Diamonds in my eyes. I polish up real nice. Baby boy, I think I've been too good of a girl.
She also became the only musician to claim the entire top 10 in the Billboard Hot 100 list.
I think it's time to teach some lessons. I read you my world. Have you heard? I can reclaim the land.
Swift's album beat out the record set by Drake's Certified Lover Boy, which had occupied the 9th spot of the Hot 100's top for a week back in September 2021. Taylor Swift reacted to the same on social media and wrote, 10 out of 10 of the Hot 100. On my 10th album, I am in shambles. Leading the way for Swift on the Hot 100 list was her song Anti-Hero, which occupied the #1 spot, her 9th career leader.
My covert narcissism, like disguises altruism, like some kind of consciousness. All this time, I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving, and life will lose all its meaning. For the last time, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero.
Her other tracks on the top 10 song list includes Lavender Haze, Maroon, Snow on the Beach, Midnight Train, Bejeweled, and Question. Taylor Swift has now tied with Barbara Streisand for the most #1 albums for a female artist.
The family gathers around and reads it, and then someone screams out, she's
laughing up at us from hell.
Bollywood actor Yahya Abdul Mateen too, who is also known for his role as Black Manta in the Jason Momoa star Aquaman and for his memorable role in HBO's Watchmen, will reportedly be playing the titular character in Marvel's upcoming series Wonder Man.
Think I'm gonna need a bigger helmet.
Wonder Man, or Simon Williams, first appeared in Marvel's comic book universe in the Avengers in 1964.
Perished? Yeah, that's true.
Simon was originally a failed business tycoon who made a deal with Baron Zemo to obtain superpowers in exchange for joining the Avengers.
This is what revolution looks like, real revolution.
Abdul Mateen has also received critical acclaim for his performances in the trial of the Chicago 7.
We have to find some courage now.
And Candyman in 2020 and 2021 respectively.
I brought him back.
Candyman isn't real. He chose you. He has purpose for you.
His Watchmen performance also won him an Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor.
The world will look up and shout, "Save us." And I'll whisper, "No."
It's coming to the surface.
He will be reprising his role as Black Manta in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is scheduled to release in theaters on December 25th, 2023.
We're here.
What are you doing?
You should have a parachute.
Redheads! You gotta love them.
Giancarlo Esposito, who is known for his negative role in Breaking Bad and The Mandalorian, has reportedly been roped in to play the role of Professor Charles Xavier in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's not how Strange died. Strange did not die defeating Thanos. We were at war, while the rest of us banded together to try to stop Thanos.
Professor X has appeared in several X-Men films with Patrick Stewart playing the original version of the character and James McAvoy appearing as his younger version. Patrick Stewart appeared as different version of the character for a cameo appearance in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which released earlier this year.
Grab my hand. Perhaps if I can pull you from under the rubble, the spell will break.
Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
It's time for a very short break now, but there's lots more coming up on the other side, so stay tuned to In the Club.
It's time to check out what is keeping us celebrities busy. Here's our popular segment, What's Trending. Grapevine is a buzz that superstar Akshay Kumar has reportedly asked for over 100 crore rupees as remuneration for Hera Pheri 3, the third film in the comedy franchise. Akshay has always commanded a premium fee in comparison to other actors in the Hindi film industry, but the makers might feel that his fee could not be justified as Akshay's films have performed below par at the box office. Akshay's latest release, Ram Setu, released last week and has brought in decent numbers.
मेरा काम है इतिहास की परत को खोलना इतिहास का मतलब समझते हो It does happen.
While his earlier theatrical releases such as Raksha Bandhan and Samrat Prithviraj failed at the ticket counters. While Akshay's fee could be a stumbling block, Firoz Nadiadwala is in conversation with producer Anand Pandit for Hera Pheri 3 and an update is expected this month. The first film in the franchise, Hera Pheri, released in 2000 and was a commercial and critical success. The rip-tickling comedy starred Paresh Rawal and Sunil Shetty alongside Akshay as the trio plotted to get rich instantly.
चलो भाई जल्दी चलो क्या बाबू भैया आपको दिखाई नहीं देता?
अरे कैसे दिखेगा हलकट? ऐसा रुपया मत का चढ़ा हुआ है, आंखों पे चश्मा नहीं है, कैसे दिखेगा? क्या चश्मा ला मेरा?
हाँ चिल्ला क्यों रहे? ला रहा हूँ ना.
Meanwhile, Hera Pheri 2 continued the story of Raju, Shyam and Babu Rao as their lives changed completely after getting cheated by a fraudster.
क्या माइला पाकिट मार दे? चिल्लाते क्यों आप? अरे नहीं बाबा, मैं नहीं आ सकता, गाड़ी मेरे भरोसे पे छोड़ के गया, उसको बुरा लगे कर नहीं आ सकता।
अरे यार इनको समझाओ ना यार।
अरे लॉक कैसा आएगा? अरे लॉक ऐसा खुलता चलो।
Salman Khan's Kisi Ka Bhai, Kisi Ki Jaan has gotten bigger and better. The actor took to social media and introduced boxer Vijayendra Singh as part of the upcoming family entertainer film. Salman Khan also posted a group picture from the sets and wished Vijayendra Singh on his birthday. Sharing the picture, the Sultan actor wrote and we quote, "Happy birthday, Hamare boxer bhai Vijayendra Singh. Welcome on board. #Kisi Ka Bhai, Kisi Ki Jaan." Alongside Salman, Vijayendra, Jassi Gill, Raghav Jiyal and Siddharth Nigam were seen posing for the camera. Vijayendra thanked Salman and shared the same picture on his handle. Kisi Ka Bhai, Kisi Ki Jaan is an action-packed entertainer directed by Fahad Samji and features Salman Khan, Pooja Hegde and Venkatesh in lead role. The actor has a couple of interesting projects in his kitty. Recently, the Sultan actor had announced the new release date of his next action thriller film, Tiger 3, which was previously scheduled to hit cinemas on April 23rd, 2023. But now it will roll out in theatres on the occasion of Diwali 2023.
Tiger always ready. All right.
The latest issue of Cosmopolitan India celebrates the women who have guts and the power to make a positive change in society. Our Lifestyle Bureau with this report.
Guts, guts, guts. You can envy them, love them, vie to be like them. They really don't care about the crippling expectations of others. Swara Bhaskar plans to stay vocal about her values that she believes in. Neha Dhupia is on a mission to end the judgment on women's bodies. Samira Reddy has made herself priority number 1. Kusha Kapila has turned her back to people-pleasing. Seema Anand unapologetically educates women on the art of pleasure. And many more featured show the world how they dance to their own tunes and say no to limiting beliefs. Cosmopolitan India's latest issue is all about people who have shed off what society thinks of them. They make their own rules.
The guts issue really is about guts, right? It's about breaking rules. It's about not being scared. It's about learning to say no, learning to push back and take back your own personal power. And every single person on the cover of the guts issue really personifies personal power, courage, taking stand, to being able to say no, to being able to set boundaries, and to be able to really just following your own heart and, knowing where that goes.
The gutsy ones, the bold ones, are considered to be too polite or provocative by society. Cosmopolitan India's latest issue celebrates them. These women dance to their own tunes and speak up about depression, body shaming, marital rape, sex, and are unapologetic about who or what they are.
The whole thought of guts really means it's like breaking the shackles and saying enough, I will do what I need to do for my own personal joy, for my own growth, for my own happiness.
And hence Rob Siltarton's famous quote resonates here. This sure goes out to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you cannot do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius, because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Unquote. In New Delhi, Chaiti Narula for India Today.
Well, that's all we could pack in our show today, but keep watching In the Club from Monday to Friday at 2:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. only on India Today to get your daily dose of entertainment. This is me, Dipali Patel, signing off. Till next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.
India's Oscar entry film Chalo Show revolves around a young boy and his intense love for cinema. One of the boys who played a very crucial role in the film, Rahul Kohli, who essayed that role to real perfection, unfortunately has passed away. Rahul was fighting leukemia for the last few years but managed to beat the cancer complications all through the film's shoot. His father, who's an auto rickshaw driver, broke down while confirming the news. He said that Rahul was doing okay until the morning of October 2nd. He had fever and soon after eating his breakfast, he repeatedly vomited blood. He was rushed to the hospital but unfortunately was declared dead. Rahul Kohli comes from a humble family. He was very eager to watch this film release, Chalo Show. In fact, Rahul's father even sold his auto rickshaw to treat his son's cancer. But once the filmmakers of Chalo Show heard about this, they even bought him a new auto rickshaw. Rahul's parents say that he was keenly awaiting the release of the film and was very sure that the family's fortunes would change after the film's release. But alas, the crew of film Chalo Show, who was with Rahul all through the time he was at the hospital beating cancer, have broken down ever since. The movie is now India's official entry into the Oscars, representing the country in the Best International Film category. Rahul's family and his entire village are now going to be watching the film in a special screening, Chalo Show, all seated together as an ode to this young boy. We're only hoping that the film would win at the Oscars. That will be a true ode to Rahul Kohli. His dreams surely will live on.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your Connect.
watching India Today.
Very good afternoon and thanks so much for being with us here on India Today. I'm Chaiti Narula joining you with all the top stories. Let's begin with the headlines first this afternoon. Conman Sukesh's explosive charge at Aam Aadmi Party writes letter to Delhi LG alleging he paid over 60 crore rupees to AAP and Satyendra Jain. Kejriwal calls it BJP's attempt to divert attention from the Morbi tragedy. Air quality deteriorates across Delhi as several locations turn hazardous. Quality to remain very poor to severe in the next 6 days. War of words erupts over stubble burning. After 134 people died in Morbi bridge tragedy, cops arrest clerks, managers and security guards. No accountability on authorities yet. Can the municipal authorities pass the buck? Ahead of Prime Minister Modi's Morbi visit, the civil hospital gets a facelift, walls painted, new hospital beds and water coolers. Politics erupts over hospital renovation. Mega escalation in state of war Telangana after Rahul mocks KCR for his national ambitions. KTR hits back, calls Rahul a wannabe Prime Minister. Elon Musk cements control on Twitter. Now the sole director of Twitter must fuel suspense on Trump return. Breaking news just coming in. Munugode tense ahead of polls clashes on the final day of campaign. Now reported, look at those visuals that are coming in. The BJP convoy attacked by the TRS workers. Police resort to lathi charge. Tensions prevail in Munugode during the final day of the campaign, but the BJP leaders' convoy allegedly attacked by TRS workers. The police have resorted to lathi charge to take stock and control of the situation. Just look at the visuals that are coming in at the moment. Listen into what's going on right there. Joins us for the very latest update. Please walk our viewers through these horrific visuals that we're playing right here. Police resorting to lathi charge. BJP alleges that they were attacked by TRS workers. What's going on right there in Munugode?
See, here with the upcoming by-election that is going to be held on November 3rd, today was a model code of conduct that will be imposed from 6 p.m. following with the huge campaign was being organized by both the parties, the TRS, BJP and the other parties. Now, during this campaign, what we are getting to know is first the BJP MLA, Ital Rajendra's convoy was attacked by several, allegedly attacked by the TRS workers. And then later, during there was a road show that was being held by the TRS working president, KT Ramarao, in Munugodu, the same moment where several TRS leaders were also attacked by the BJP leaders. In this attack, several of them were injured, party workers too. MLC Palla Rajeshwar Reddy Reddy, MLA Peddi Sudarshan Reddy and ZP chairman Jagadish. These people were injured and several of them severely injured. Now police has resorted to lathi charge. However, police has not given the proper information as to what led to this incident. But yes, with this ongoing heat of campaign in Munugodu by-election, this incident has taken place. Several leaders, several of the workers, party workers have been injured as of now. That is what we are getting to know. First, the BJP MLA's convoy was attacked. Stones were pelted on the convoy. Several of them injured. And then later, TRS leaders were attacked by alleged BJP workers. And in that incident, what we are getting to know is MLC Palla Rajeshwar Reddy, the MLA Sudarshan Reddy and ZP chairman. All these three were injured during this campaign. Now KT Ramarao is holding a roadshow in Munugodu where by 6 p.m. the campaign, the time for the campaign will be closed and a model code of conduct will be imposed as announced by the Chief Election Commissioner here. So with this heat, with this
about the allegation by the BJP that they were attacked first, because you know when you have a pandemonium of this nature, you can really never tell who was the one to attack whom first, and then it just kind of blows out of proportion. And we've seen that multiple times in the past as well. What is the police saying at the moment, and how does the TRS respond to these allegations?
See, here the police has not given a clear information, but yes, police have resorted to lathi charge.
Krishank, who's the TRS leader, is joining us on the phone line right now. I'm being told, sir, how do you respond to all of what is happening in Munugodu at the moment? The police have resorted to lathi charge. But first up, how do you respond to the BJP saying that it was the TRS that attacked their cadre first?
Saitiji, it is amusing that why is it always with Bharatiya Janata Party that whenever there are polls across the nation, there is such kind of attacks and they want to blame others. This is not new for BJP. They have done this in Bengal. They do this in Gujarat. Every time when there are Gujarat polls, there are some other riots. I believe last week also there were some riots in Gujarat. So here too they are trying to do the same. And they want to, brand others and blame others. Bharatiya Janata Party is afraid that this election, this poll is slipping away from them. And that is why they want to resort to stone pelting. We are in government. We are responsible that we will ensure that this election goes smoothly. And that is why Bharatiya Janata Party wants to resort to such kind of drama, melodrama, which they have been doing every time, be it GHMC elections, previous by-elections, and even now also. Such kind of dramas and such kind of violent activities of Bharatiya Janata Party.
With utmost certainty that it wasn't the TRS that initiated the attack on the BJP convoy, because that's a very serious allegation coming in from them that they were the ones attacked by the TRS.
Absolutely not. See, today is the last day of polls. If such was the case, earlier also, from last 25 days, we have been campaigning smoothly. So why would there be attacks on such? In fact, people are angry at this candidate that this entire election has been bulldozed on this constituency just for his 18,000 crore contract. So people are angry, but even then, 25 days of election campaign, everything has been smoothly. We expect the same thing. We are afraid that BJP on these reasons, they want to cancel this election with the pressure of election commission like they've done to RK Nagar bypoll.
All right. BJP leader is also joining us on the phone line. Krishank ji, hold on right there with us. So I don't know whether you heard Krishank from the TRS or not, but he says that this is all a ploy of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And he says that, every time there is an election in anywhere, you see these similar kind of clashes breaking out with the Bharatiya Janata Party crying foul and alleging that they were attacked, whereas the case is the opposite.
Yeah. See, as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned in Munugodu, definitely Bharatiya Janata Party candidate is going to win this hands down with a huge majority. Sensing this kind of, the majority, and then the TRS is just finding some excuse or something to have some kind of issue so that, there will be some kind of sympathy to the TRS. As far as the Bharatiya...
No, but here the allegation is coming from the BJP that your convoy was attacked by the TRS. It's not the other way around. They're not playing victim card at all.
Exactly. we are just maintaining the peaceful the bike rally, and then we are going on door to door the canvassing. But the TRS people already know that there is no question of the TRS winning. So they wanted to make an issue, and then they wanted to gain some kind of sympathy, which
is that the case? Is that the case? Let me take this with our TRS spokesperson as well. Sir, is that the case? What NV Subhash says? All right, we've lost that connection right there. But, would you say, Mr. NV Subhash, that the law and order situation was brought under control? Did the TRS act on it, the government act on it? Because the police would follow the orders of the government. Campaign. The BJP convoy attack, that's what the BJP says, by the TRS workers. The police resort to lathi charge. Tensions prevailed in Murukore during the final day of campaign, where BJP leaders' convoy allegedly were attacked by the TRS workers. That's the allegation coming in. Police have resorted to lathi charge to take control of the situation. Abdul is with us, our reporter. Abdul, before anything else, is the situation all right now, or is it still tense?
See, right now the police is trying to control the situation where several of these party workers have been dispersed. Now police is on alert. Several of these injured people have been shifted to the nearby hospitals, and then now the police is trying to control the situation. However, the BJP workers and the BJP MLA has moved from the spot where this attack has taken place. However, heavy police deployment has been seen. More than 3,000 police personnel have been deployed in view of this Munugodu by-election that is going to be held. Now this force that is being used at these places where a roadshow of KTR was planned earlier. But while the party leaders were moving towards the roadshow, this attack has taken place on the TRS party leaders. However,
news coming in, we'll have to cut straight across to it. The Karnataka temple chariot collapses. Massive tragedy averted in Karnataka. Close shave coming in for devotees. The chariot collapsed in Chamrajnagar temple. No casualties or injuries have been reported. Just look at the way it's collapsed. It just collapsed. It just came crashing down like that. It's the chariot that collapsed. Thankfully, what we're picking up at the moment is that no injuries, no casualties reported whatsoever. That is the breaking news coming in at the moment. We'll get Sagai to join us with the latest details. It could have been a tragedy, but it's been averted. It's been a rather close shave for the devotees. Just look at that. There could be injuries, but thankfully there have been none. It could have been a huge tragedy, but at the moment, no casualties, no injuries reported. This took place in Chamrajnagar temple. This is the Karnataka temple chariot that has collapsed. Let's get Sagai to join us for the very latest on this story in terms of what really happened there, how the chariot collapsed, whether it wasn't checked. Sagai is now joining us. Sagai, how did the chariot just collapse like that? What do the temple authorities have to say in terms of this particular chariot? Did they not check the chariot to see whether it was all right or not? What's going on right there?
Yes, this particular chariot was decorated and it was full of all kind of decoration this morning. And when it started the procession in the temple in Chandanapura, Virabhadreshwara temple, all of a sudden it has collapsed. There is a police and there is also the temple authorities who are looking into what exactly went wrong with this particular chariot, because every single year, whenever there is a Kartika month, that is an auspicious month of Hindus post Deepavali, there is a chariot procession which happens in this particular temple, and it was on a procession. That's when it suddenly collapsed, and thankfully, as you rightly pointed out, that nobody got injured and no casualty was been reported. But the temple authorities as well as the police are investigating what exactly went wrong and how all of a sudden this particular chariot has collapsed.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us with the latest details right there, Sagai. We've got some breaking news coming in. We'll have to cut straight across to it. Shocking images coming in from Yelapura, Uttara Kannada district. Bridge meant for two-wheelers and walkers was used by a person to drive his car. The locals immediately alerted the officials and cautioned the car driver. The car driver claimed he saw bikes travelling and assumed that a car could also go on it. He's not a local resident. Perhaps it could have been a human error, but just look at the visuals that are coming in. A car on a bridge which is meant for pedestrians and two-wheelers. Shocking images coming in right there. Nagarjun is now joining us for the latest. Nagarjun, sure, we can understand that the car driver did not know because he's not a local, but did he not see the size of the bridge to see whether a car can actually fit into it or not?
That's exactly the locals what they're claiming. In fact, they were shocked and surprised to see the car on the bridge. This was a bridge in Yelapur Taluk in Uttara Kannada district, and this bridge allows two-wheelers and pedestrians to walk on it. But an over-enthusiastic car driver took the bridge to drive his car and cross over the river. And finally, the locals alerted the officials and then pushed the car back. When questioning the car driver said that he didn't know that car was not allowed, but locals were surprised because the narrow bridge could never fit a car, but still he tried to push through him and he was halfway through, but the locals made sure that he was sent back.
In the light of the tragedy that has taken place in Morbi, I can just imagine what perhaps, if there are cars that are allowed on bridges like that and there's no patrolling, there could be another catastrophe for the pedestrians, for the two-wheelers, for the people for whom the bridge is actually meant to be. And hence, is there no patrolling around the bridge at all?
Well, these are interior village bridges, Chaiti. There are no patrolling person, but there will be beat police per se. They come once in an hour or once in half an hour and they go back. These are the normal police beat system that they do. But considering this is not a city and it's an interior villages, they hardly find any police personnel to visit there often. But however, the local gram panchayats and the revenue department are aware of the incident, and when they were called, they also reached the location.
Right, and now what is the action that is being taken against the driver of this car?
They just cautioned him because he claimed that he didn't know what exactly happened. He saw the bike going on it. He assumed that the bridge also allowed cars to also fly on it. So he claims innocence for his act.
Thanks, Nagarjun, for joining us with the very latest details on this story. We'll continue to get you more details as they emerge. But big breaking news coming in. Let's cut across to it. Big breaking news coming in. India Today has tracked down the firm behind the Morbi bridge collapse. Top Oreva officials have gone missing. Oreva boss Patel's house also has been deserted at the moment. Offices shut since Diwali vacation. The lens is now on the tender for the Morbi bridge. Ground report coming in from Ahmedabad and Morbi at the moment. Collapse is killed 134. Oreva Trust under fire at the moment. The big question arising is whether the firm profited over lives. There was profit for lives for the Gujarat firm or not. The top officials have gone missing. They're absconding at the moment. We're getting ground reports coming in. Take a look at the ground reports that are coming in.
We are standing outside the house of Jaisukh Odhavji Patel, the owner of Oreva Group. You can see that it's a big farmhouse located in the outskirts of Ahmedabad city. According to the locals and nearby people living here, they said that people were living here. There were movement of people inside this big farmhouse spread across at least 10 acres in this area, that there was movement of few people few days ago, but they have not seen anybody since yesterday evening. All the post holders are missing and no action has been taken against the important people of the company who were awarded the contract. the important question is that when will this company come down in public and give their statement on this entire issue, and when will police take action against all the accused who renovated that bridge? With camera person Nikhil Sharma from Ahmedabad, Jai Kishan Sharma for India Today. We are standing outside the Oreva house where the offices of Ajanta Manufacturing is located. There are offices of Ajanta Watches, Ajanta Infra and Ajanta Energy. The main gates of these offices are locked since last 3 days, according to the nearby residents. Nobody is coming to the office after this incident. So when we contacted the local guards here and asked them why the doors are closed, he said that he is unaware of the fact that why the offices are not being opened. It's the same company which was given contract for renovation, and this company had further subtendered this project to another company. With camera person Nikhil Sharma from Ahmedabad, Jai Kishan Sharma for India Today.
After Morbi bridge collapse, there are many questions being raised on the renovation of the bridge. Oreva Group, which did the renovation of this bridge, the managing director of this company, Jaisukh Patel, he has one of the houses which we are here in Reva township in Morbi. So this house is where he was there when he inaugurated the bridge during Diwali. It was 7 days ago when the bridge was inaugurated. During the bridge inauguration, he had said that he has spent 2 crore rupees for the renovation. There are many technical helps which have been taken, and the bridge has been made more durable. So those were the comments which were made. But of course, the accident which took place in Morbi has raised many questions even on the renovation, the type of material which was being used, and the number of people who were allowed on those bridges. So as of now, you can see that what we have been told that this house is locked. And last time Jaisukh Patel came here during Diwali when the inauguration of the bridge had taken place. He has one residence in Ahmedabad also. As of now, the police investigation is ongoing. There are few workers, people who are associated with Oreva Group have also been booked and arrested, and further investigations are on. With camera person Samir Shanbag in Morbi, Mustafa Sheikh for India Today.
Questions are now being raised over how a wall clock manufacturing company was awarded a contract to maintain and manage the ill-fated bridge in Morbi. It has also emerged that it was not the first time that the Oreva Group was awarded the contract. More details in this report.
Oreva, the biggest wall clock manufacturer in India, now has its name linked forever to the Morbi bridge tragedy. The private sector group, considered an entrepreneurial case study in management schools, is now under the lens of investigation agencies. The 51-year-old group specializes in wall clocks with the well-known brand Ajanta, calculators, CFL lights and e-bikes, leaving people wondering how it bagged the contract to maintain the more than 100-year-old bridge. Curiously, the Oreva website lists all the businesses the company is in, boasting that it has 6,000 employees, but it has no mention of having any interests in the construction or maintenance business. Founded by Udhavji Raghavji Patel in 1971, Oreva started out by manufacturing wall clocks and other products under the Ajanta and Orpat brands. Ajanta, in fact, has made Morbi the wall clock capital of India. After the founder Udhavji passed away about a decade ago, his son Jaisukh Patel took over the company, paving the way for expansion into other areas. Now, with annual revenues in excess of 800 crore rupees, the company has spread into home and electrical appliances, calculators, ceramic products and e-bikes. According to sources, the company was first awarded the contract to maintain and manage the 233-meter-long bridge in Morbi in 2008. The 10-year deal expired in 2018. For the next 4 years, no one was given the maintenance contract. Then this year in March, the contract was given to Ajanta Manufacturing again, this time for 15 years. The company outsourced the work to a third party. Ajanta was given 8 to 12 months to fix the bridge. It, however, opened the bridge to the public in just 5 months without getting a mandatory fitness certificate from the proper authorities.
This whole office belongs to Oreva Group, and let me tell you, over 50 to 60 people actually worked in this particular Oreva house, but currently not a single person is present over here. Also, let me tell you that even the security guards are not present over here. We spoke to some of the people in the nearby building. They told us that this entire office, this entire premises would be full of people. There would be high-end cars who would be parked over here. But today, right now, let me tell you that nobody is present after this whole incident has taken place.
The company meanwhile says the bridge collapsed because there were too many people on it and some of them were trying to sway it from one way to another. There are meanwhile allegations of political meddling, with the police not naming any company in its FIR. Though the report is registered under sections 304, 308 and 114, the FIR only mentions agencies responsible for maintenance and managing the bridge, not the name of the company given these tasks. Bureau Report, India Today.
There is national shock and fury over the 134 deaths in the Morbi bridge collapse. It is now certain that the tragedy was man-made. Gujarat police say technical and structural flaws, lack of certification, as well as some maintenance issues were responsible for this tragedy. So what happens to the men responsible for this catastrophe? 9 people have been arrested and charged with culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Amongst the 9 who have been arrested are 2 ticket clerks, 2 managers, all employed by Oreva, the company that was responsible for the maintenance of the bridge. The other 5 accused include 2 repairing contractors hired by the Oreva group and 3 people working at the bridge as security personnel. But what about the big fish? What about the municipal authorities that did not know that the renovated bridge was being reopened, or the Oreva group that did not seek a security and fitness certification before inaugurating the bridge? What happens to them? When will the big heads roll?
Today we again resumed the search and rescue operations to find out any dead bodies or any missing personnel. It is suspected that some bodies may be there on the floor of the river. That's why we resumed the operations with the help of our deep divers.
हम लोग तो गए थे 6 आदमी गए थे, उसमें से 5 को लौट पाया और 1 आदमी का पूरा डेथ हो गया। और मुझे तो तैरना आता था, मैं तो खुद ही बचा, तो दूसरों को भी अच्छे से बचा लिया। करीबन 50-60 आदमी को बचाया, मैं और मेरे दोस्त मिलके।
जो रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन कहेंगे उसको अपने रेस्क्यू नहीं कह सकते, क्योंकि बहुत असंभव है ये पूरी तरह से कि कोई जिंदा बचा हो, तो इसे सर्च ऑपरेशन कहा जा सकता है। आपको तस्वीरें मैं इसीलिए यहाँ पर दिखाता हूँ, एरियल व्यू, कैसे तमाम जो एजेंसियां हैं आज वापस जुट गई हैं। ये लगभग समझिए कि तीसरा ही दिन है। बड़ी बड़ी मशीनें आई हैं, क्योंकि जलकुंभी ज्यादा है तो इससे पानी की विजिबिलिटी कम हो जाती है, उसे हटाया जा रहा है। और चाहे वो नेवी हो, एनडीआरएफ हो, एसडीआरएफ हो, भारतीय सेना हो, ये तमाम सारे लोग आखिरी दौर के सर्च ऑपरेशन में लगे हैं कि अगर 2 से 3 शव जिनका अंदेशा है कि वो अभी भी पानी में हो सकते हैं तो उसे निकाल लिया जाए। हालांकि पानी का स्तर थोड़ा कम हुआ है, क्योंकि जो एक छोटा सा एम्बैंकमेंट था, बांधनुमा स्ट्रक्चर था, उसे तोड़ दिया गया था कि पानी निकल जाए। ऊपर से बाकी आप चूंकि प्रधानमंत्री का भी दौरा है तो इसके लिए भी जो सिक्योरिटी अपरेटस है उसको काफी मजबूत किया गया। वो खुद यहाँ पर आएंगे जायजा लेने के लिए, उसके बाद अस्पताल जाएंगे।
सर ये बताइए कि कितने लोगों की गिरफ्तारी हुई है, उनपे क्या क्या चार्जेस लगे हैं?
आज हमने जो दुखद घटना बनी थी उसके अंदर 9 लोगों को अरेस्ट किया है और तमाम के विरुद्ध में भारतीय दंड संहिता के कलम 304, 308 और 114 के तहत इसमें गुना दाखिल किया गया है।
साथ ही एक सवाल ये भी खड़ा होता है, जो कंपनी है, क्योंकि ओरेवा कंपनी है, उसकी टिकट पे भी फोटो और लोगो लगा हुआ है, तो क्या उस कंपनी के खिलाफ कोई कार्यवाही पुलिस करेगी?
देखो, पुलिस ने सभी मुद्दाओं को खुला रखा है। पुलिस कोई भी कंपनी हो, कोई भी व्यक्ति हो, किसी को छोड़ने के लिए हम लोग इसमें तमाम प्रकार की जो हमारी कायदे की प्रक्रिया पूरी करेंगे। किसी व्यक्ति को छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा।
स्ट्रक्चर में कहीं गड़बड़ थी जिसकी वजह से ब्रिज गिरा है?
अभी जो 2 दिन की जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन उसके अंदर लगता है कि इसमें टेक्निकल जो खामी थी उसकी वजह से इसमें ये नुकसान हुआ है, ब्रिज कोलैप्स हुआ है।
Mustafa Sheikh is joining in from the SP office in Morbi. A battery of reporters are tracking these developments. Saurav Akhtania joins us from the civil hospital in Morbi. Ashutosh Mishra from the tragedy spot right there in Morbi. Let's begin with Ashutosh. Ashutosh, what about the big guns? There are arrests that have been made, but what about the big guns of the Oreva group? Where are they? What is going on as far as nabbing them and questioning them is concerned?
Well, we have no information about whether police going at all to question them, but for now they have made certain arrests. Of course, what it looks like symbolically, but when it goes to the legal process, primarily you have to, hold someone responsible. And where it was indeed, lacking on the parts of the local administration from that particular company, including those who sell tickets, including those who are responsible to ensure there is not much gathering. But when it comes to the larger responsibility fixing up, which goes to the local police, which failed to contain the crowd. Second responsibility from the municipal corporation, the local civic body, under which knows this bridge was operational, and as they claim the NOC wasn't given, why did they allow the bridge to be operational? So clearly those three, including the top municipal officials, including the local police, and also when it comes to the negligence at the part of the company from the top brass, which was responsible for the maintenance. I have literally seen all those thick cable where it has been, snapped upon, and also where it is connected through on that mega giant grip. Clearly, what it looks like that there have not been maintenance work carried out, particularly in last a few months, at least as they claim the renovation was taking place. So this is clearly shows that safety audit wasn't done properly. Had that been the case, clearly, you have recently seen how government imposed certain order. There will be not massive crowding on the Atal bridge. There will not be crowding on the similar suspension bridge in Dwarka. Why did they fail to bring such order here when this bridge was innovated? And that is putting the government under dock. How would they fail to take action properly? And yet we are the question that remains, when are the big fish will be nailed? While this IT has been formed, which is continuing the investigation, which has started the investigation.
Very well said. When will the big fish be nailed? That's the big question. Mustafa Sheikh, who's joined us from the SP office, Morbi. Same question, Mustafa. When will the big fish finally be nailed? And how is it even possible that the local municipal corporation, Mustafa, was not aware that this bridge was, the floodgates were open for people to come there and enjoy their Sunday afternoon? I mean, how is it that they were not aware of it? What are you picking up on all those fronts?
Well, clearly, what the reasons which have been told by the civic body is not acceptable. There is something which is more to it, but at the same time, maybe there is an attempt to delay the investigation because there is an inquiry commission, for all you know, and they are going to fact find as to what had happened, what were the documents which were submitted, and things like that. Police is carrying out one part of the investigation, because even now the larger question remains is that how Oreva group was getting these contracts, because even in the past, if they had this bridge maintenance work, they don't have a company which relates to any of these maintenance, engineering, construction, real estate. So that raises a big question about how the contracts were being given out. Secondly, after the renovation, the management which was there was obviously, as we know, that a lot of tickets were sold. So there are a lot of questions here. When the Home Minister of Gujarat was asked this question, he said that the inquiry commission is constituted and they will look into these matters. But yes, there are victims' families, there are people who are asking for answers as to what had happened, because if you look at even now the scenario which we have in the present state, there is no clear picture available as to what went wrong, what was the real reason behind Morbi bridge collapse is something which is still in the realm of unknown. So the Prime Minister is coming here, he is going to possibly meet some family members of the victims also, what demands they make. He will take an update from the Superintendent of Police.
We also have Saurabh joining us. Vaktania, Saurabh, you were the first one to track the story as it broke out, and you've seen the tragedy unfold in front of your eyes, quite literally, because you were right there when this news broke. At the moment, all right, we'll go back to him in moments from now, but we're getting some breaking news coming in. We'll have to cut straight across to it. Congress targets Prime Minister ahead of Prime Minister's visit. Congress's Rajaji attack on the Prime Minister. Congress says Gujarat model is equal to corruption and commission. That is what the Congress says as far as the Morbi bridge tragedy is concerned. Of course, this is coming in after Rahul Gandhi ended up saying that we don't want to politicize this entire issue. But now Congress has targeted the Prime Minister particularly ahead of his visit to Morbi. They've made a Rajaji attack on Prime Minister Modi. They say that the Gujarat model is equal to corruption and commission. Do we have a reporter on this? Saurabh is with us. All right, Saurabh, earlier I was mentioning as to how you were the first person who was witness to this entire story unraveling right in front of your eyes. You are at the civil hospital right now. You've been speaking to the survivors as well. I'm pretty sure there is palpable amount of anger against the authorities, and they also somewhere seek justice for the people, the near and dear ones that they have, lost as far as this tragedy is concerned. What have your interactions been like with the victims?
So what the information what we got and what we spoke to the several victims at particular civil hospital, they clearly told us that if there was proper information given to them, if they were told that the bridge is crowded, then why would they have taken their family members, small kid to that particular bridge? It was the lapses from the part of the officials that why people were not stopped at that particular bridge. Now, let me show you that how continuous VIP movement is going on at this particular...
Show us that. Before you show us that, let's also get to the latest breaking news that is coming in, which is the Congress's attack calling Prime Minister Rajaji over there. Is the Prime Minister coming to Morbi making any difference to the survivors out there? Is it somewhere reassuring them? What is the sense that you're picking up from the survivors you've been interacting with? Saurabh, can you hear me? Let's re-establish that connection right there to Saurabh Aktania as well. In the meanwhile, our other reporters continue to be on the broadcast with us. The Congress has targeted Prime Minister ahead of Prime Minister's visit to Morbi. Congress has made a Rajaji attack on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Congress says Gujarat model is equal to corruption and commission. Ashutosh continues to be on this broadcast with us. Is Ashutosh with us? Our reporters will join us in moments from now. The Congress has targeted the Prime Minister. We still have to wait and watch to see how the BJP responds to the Congress's attack right here. It's interesting to note that when Rahul Gandhi was first questioned about this, he said he does not want to politicize this issue at all because it is a tragedy. And here you've got the Congress party targeting Prime Minister Modi ahead of the visit to Morbi. They've made a Rajaji attack on Prime Minister Modi. Congress says Gujarat model is equal to corruption and commission. This, of course, they're saying in the light of the project being handed over to the Oreva group, which is a wall clock manufacturing companies, and big questions are actually arising on how this project was even for renovation of a bridge was handed over to the Oreva group. Oreva group top bosses are missing. They've gone missing. We just reported that a while back as well. And the investigation is on. An SIT has been formed to investigate details. Ashutosh is back with us. Ashutosh, the Congress has taken a jibe on Prime Minister Modi's visit, saying Gujarat model equals to corruption and commission. And here, questions are actually arising, Ashutosh, on how the Oreva group was even awarded this contract in the first place. They manufacture wall clocks, for heaven's sake. We've lost that line to Ashutosh, but Saurabh Aktania joins us on this broadcast again. Saurabh, if you could walk our viewers through the latest politicking that is going on the back of this particular tragedy.
There's a lot of politics which is right now being played on this particular incident. There are a lot of questions which have been asked on by the opposition, particularly by the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the Congress Party. They are raising that why the big fish are not being arrested at this particular case. What the questions are right now being raised are that before the stipulated time which was given, this bridge got opened by the particular company Oreva. There was no fitness certificate which was taken. In fact, municipal corporation did not act on the matter. Where were they sleeping over that? So clearly there are several questions which have been asked by the opposition few more questions are that particular minister, health minister, the Aam Aadmi Party tweeted a lot of videos saying that the health minister at the time when this whole incident took place, he was partying and there were cake cutting ceremony which were happening. We spoke to the minister, he clearly said that the video was old and when the incident took place, he reached at this place. So currently there's a lot of politics which has been played on this particular
Stay on with us. 5 minutes 54 seconds on the watch. That's when the Prime Minister is going to be reaching Morbi. So there are 5 to 6 minutes left right now for the Prime Minister to reach Morbi, on the back of which the Congress has hit out at the Prime Minister, calling the Gujarat model equaling to corruption and commission. Ashutosh is back with us. But Ashutosh, I was asking this question earlier to you as well. How in the God's name can this contract even be awarded to the Oreva group, which is known for manufacturing wall clocks? And that is a question that the government of the day and the municipal corporation, the local authorities will have to answer, Ashutosh.
Well, Chaiti, you know what I'm saying here, since the Prime Minister is expected to arrive any moment here, Oreva's name is being covered here by, there I see some soldiers from the Indian Army. These are of course the officials from the administration. They are covering up this company's name here. You see these clear images. It was, now the name is being covered by this piece of cloth, and that's exactly the place where Prime Minister is expected to arrive any moment. He'll take a stock of the situation and also see the search operation. There I can see the security personnel, the security apparatus, and also Oreva's name is being covered. These are the live images here. As far as this politics is concerned, you know, it is again subjective whether you call it fortunate or the unfortunate, but whenever you take it, any incident that happens in any state, or opposition always questions the party in power, and that has been the tradition, and that's exactly where the accountability also been answered. If you see any other state where BJP is in opposition, in such cases, they question always the government over the different issues. When it comes to any BJP ruling states, then the non-BJP parties, you know, leaves no opportunity to target the BJP, and that's what we are seeing in the movement.
No, and that is the role of an opposition. Whichever the ruling party is, it doesn't matter. The opposition has to question the ruling party, and that's exactly what they're doing. They have questioned the Gujarat government on the Gujarat model, asking whether this is of corruption and commissions. And, you know, we can see that those Oreva, all the branding of Oreva is being covered right ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit. Perhaps that's also being done to make sure that the wrong messaging doesn't go out when the Prime Minister speaks or is, you know, caught on camera taking stock of the situation as well. Ashutosh? Ashutosh, can you hear me? We'll get Ashutosh back on the broadcast. He's right there where the Prime Minister is going to be arriving. About 3 minutes to go for the Prime Minister to arrive right there. And the opposition in Gujarat, which is the Congress party, rightfully questioning the ruling party on the Gujarat bridge tragedy. They have questioned and asked questions on whether the Gujarat model equals to corruption and commission. We still have to get a response from the Bharatiya Janata Party on this attack coming in from the Congress party. Politics breaks out ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit to Civic Hospital in Morbi after the unfortunate death of 135 people due to a cable bridge collapse. The opposition, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress have alleged that hospital has been decked up before the Prime Minister's visit, accusing the Bharatiya Janata Party government of deflecting attention from the tragedy to making it all about the Prime Minister. India Today went to the hospital to bring you a ground reality, and we saw hospital beds, water coolers being brought in, further minor tiling work and door repairs were also conducted. We also spoke to the cleaning staff who said that they've been brought in from Rajkot for this work to be done right ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. Take a look.
We are right now present at Civil Hospital in Morbi, and let me tell you, behind me, this is the how rehearsal is been done by the officials over here, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to visit over here. He is going to meet the injured people. Here in the visuals, you can clearly see that how police bandobast is there, the entire convoy, that how all the cars will be coming over here, where the cars will be parked, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be getting down. So all this whole rehearsal is been done right now at the Morbi Hospital, and all the entire entry and exit gate are right now been closed by the officials over here. They can't even, patients or the family members can't even enter from this particular main gate. A metal detector has been installed over here. So people are actually facing a lot of inconvenience over here. But right now, as you can see just behind me, that how this whole rehearsal process is now completed, and what we are expecting that by 3:30 to 4, Prime Minister Narendra Modi should be here at Civil Hospital in Morbi. With camera person Sajid Alam, this is Saurabh Vaktania in Morbi for India Today. We are right now present in the civil hospital of Morbi, and there are several injured who are admitted in this particular hospital. But here you can see that how the cleaning work is undergoing. Let me tell you, there is also the painting work which has been happening in this particular hospital since yesterday night, and lot of work, the renovation work of this hospital is also being done. And there are several questions which are been asked by the opposition. Yesterday, Aam Aadmi Party also protested over here that why, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting this hospital, all this work is being done. Here you can see this is the ward where all the injured are admitted. There are several injured in this particular incident. They are admitted over here. There will be separate wards which has been made, and now here you can see that how the cleaning work is going on. The inspection has been happening over here. The administration is over here. The big question is that why this has been done now? Why only when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to visit this hospital? Why cleaning work, renovation work, and other work are being done right now? Over there you can see that.
Why is all of this being done right ahead of the Prime Minister's visit? Should the focus not be on the survivors and the victims and not the Prime Minister? That is a big question. And in fact, Ashutosh just got us the ground report where the Oreva branding is getting covered right ahead of the Prime Minister's visit in Morbi. Take a look at the ground report coming in.
What I'm saying here, since the Prime Minister is expected to arrive any moment here, Oreva's name is being covered here by, there I see some soldiers from the Indian Army. These are, of course, the officials from the administration. They're covering up this company's name here. Do you see these clear images? Now the name is being covered by this piece of cloth, and that's exactly the place where Prime Minister is expected to arrive any moment. He'll take a stock of the situation and also see the search operation. There I can see the security personnel, the security apparatus, and also Oreva's name is being covered. These are the live images here. As far as this politics is concerned, it is again subjective whether you call it fortunate or the unfortunate, but whenever you take it, any incident that happens in any state, or opposition always questions the party in power, and that has been the tradition, and that's exactly where the accountability also been answered. If you see any other state where BJP is in opposition, in such cases, they question always the government over the different issues. When it comes to any BJP ruling states, then the non-BJP parties, leaves no opportunity to target the BJP, and that's what we are seeing in the Morbi's such a incident that that led to killing.
So big questions being asked at the moment. India Today also went to the hospital to bring a ground reality. We saw new hospital beds being brought in ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. We saw water coolers being brought in. We also saw minor tiling work being done. We saw door repairs being conducted in the hospital just because the Prime Minister is about to come. We also spoke to the cleaning staff who said they've been brought in from Rajkot for this work. And Ashutosh just showed you how the Oreva branding is getting covered right ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. And the Congress now has hit out saying this is, they've made a Rajaji attack for the Prime Minister now. Ashutosh is now joining us. Ashutosh, have we questioned the people over there in Morbi, and what is the response that you've gotten from the local administration? Because whether it is a hospital where new beds are being brought in, water coolers being brought in, people being brought in for Rajkot to do some cleaning work, or coolers being brought in, or hiding of the Oreva branding, why is it that all of this is happening and this kind of a huddle is happening ahead of the Prime Minister's visit?
Well, the incident, the sequence that you narrated, that itself is an answer to these questions that why it is being done. And right behind me, just a minute ago, you saw those images, how the Oreva banner was, being covered. That was another answer, that why the government is facing so much embarrassment. The reason again, because they know who's responsible. The reason again, that while there is the allegation that how, the contract was rendered to this company without even proper tender, without even due process. In fact, the deputy mayor yesterday, while speaking to India Today in the show, also says that because the owner of that company wanted to do something from Morbi as he belongs to this place, it was offered him as a gesture that he will make something really good. But when you operate such projects where you are expecting a footfall of hundreds of the people, certain requirement that needs to be fulfilled. The one is first the safety audit, another the safety of that particular project, how much weight it can carry, and then anything that you construct, anything you create, it has a lifespan. Was there proper audit done that what is the lifespan of this particular? As we know, this is more than a century-old bridge. Often it requires maintenance, and it has been every part of the country wherever you have suspension bridge, it often goes under repairing, under renovation, the checks, proper checks and balances. Since those things have been missed properly here, and why the administration blaming that, look, the company operator opened it by its own, they did not even take permission from us, and there was an NOC which wasn't obtained by the private company. And
they are coming in. Prime Minister Modi's helicopter right there in Morbi. He is arriving in Morbi. He will land in just moments from now to take stock of the situation. Let's see what the Prime Minister has to say about this tragedy that has taken place in Gujarat. His helicopter is right there. We're getting you those visuals. Can we bring those visuals back, please? From Morbi in Gujarat, where his helicopter is clearly visible. And Ashutosh continues to remain with us on this broadcast. Ashutosh, is that the Prime Minister's helicopter? And he's about to land in moments from now?
Yes. Yes, Chaiti, that's the Prime Minister's aerial cavalcade, of course, 3MI-17, and that's where the Prime Minister will be landing. And maybe another 15 minutes, we will have him here at this bridge site, where he'll take a stock of the situation. And right here in the river, the different forces, the rescue forces from the Marcos, the Special Commandos team of the Navy, then we have Indian Army, then we have NDRF, the STRF, the Fire Department. The most part of this river has already been cleaned with this special machine that was brought specially to clear this surface. However, only 2 people are reportedly missing at the moment, and hence this search operation, we won't call it a rescue operation, just a search operation, which is underway to find out if at all those 2 bodies can be recovered. But chances again why it looks poor, because as we know, anybody which is not survived, is not live in the water, by 18 to 20 hours it automatically surfaces. Hence the possibility is very less, but these rescue forces does not want to leave any chance, and hence at this scale of operation we are seeing from yesterday, early morning, in fact late midnight, it was first by the SDRF, by the Fire Department, by the police, and now all the agencies have been roped in, from central agencies to the state agencies. We are seeing the second helicopter is landing, and that's the third chopper. So that's the aerial cavalcade of the Prime Minister. It will be landing at the special helipad in Morbi, and then by route the entire cavalcade is expected to arrive here not more than in 15 minutes. Prime Minister is here, very much of course from this